Roof Inn, the city of Rancho, Cucamonga, Allstate Insurance, Farmer John, Xbox, Yellow Book USA, and NationwideSurveys.com. KWRM 1370 is the radio home for Quakes baseball all season long. Now, here's the voice of the Quakes, Rob Sinclair.
Well, thank you very much, and indeed, here we are. Stater Brothers Stadium is the setting once again where tonight the Rancho Cucamonga Quakes will play their last game before taking off to the various locales for the All-Star break. Quakes will look to end on a high note, and they will also look to snap a 10-game losing streak at the hands of the High Desert Mavericks in the series finale tonight here in Adelanto. Fans, good evening to you. Rob Sinclair coming to you live from here in Adelanto, where last night the Quakes lost for the 10th straight game at the hands of the High Desert Mavericks. The final score last night, High Desert 12 and Rancho Cucamonga 2. Quakes never led in last night's ball game. High Desert scored 5 runs in the bottom of the second, then tacked on 3 more in the fifth to go up 8-0. Quakes did get RBI singles from Pat Riley and Michael Collins in the sixth, but it was far too little and far too late as High Desert ran away with this ball game last night by a final count of 12-2. Tonight, Quakes see if they can reverse their fortunes by sending the right-hander Fernando Rodriguez to the hill. Remember, Freddy was supposed to start game 1 of this series back on Thursday night, but got scratched because he was sick and under the weather. He is healthy tonight, and he will be getting the start tonight. Fernie Rodriguez comes in with a record of 6-3 and a 4.20 earned run average. He'll be opposed by High Desert left-hander Danny Christensen, who is just 1-5 with a 5.75 earned run average. The Mavericks have taken the field. We're going to go ahead and step aside for 60 seconds. We'll come back, take a look at the starting lineups, and get you all squared away with the first pitch in tonight's ball game. Quakes and the Mavericks in Game 3 of this 3-game series. That's coming up in 1 minute right here on the Quakes Radio Network.
The Charter Media Friday Family Fun Pack is back. Get 4 club seats, 4 hot dogs, 4 sodas, a Quakes baseball, 2 Boomers miniature golf passes, 2 Cold Stone Creamery buy 2 get 2 free coupons, and a voucher for a free on-demand movie from Charter Media, all for just $38. The Charter Media Friday Family Fun Pack is available May 26th, June 16th, June 30th, and August 25th. For more information, call the Quakes ticket office at 909-481-5252.
This is Rob Sinclair, the voice of the Quakes at the Ontario Airport Marriott. If you're looking for a great place to eat, the Ontario Airport Marriott features the D Street Sports Bar and Grill, open daily from 11:30 a.m. to 1:30 a.m., the Pacific Grill for the fine diner, or stop by the 24-hour Pacific Deli. The Ontario Airport Marriott is located at 2200 East Holt Boulevard, just off the 10 freeway. The Ontario Airport Marriott, a proud sponsor of your 2006 Quakes on the radio.
Our national anthem, and now first pitch coming up in just a couple of minutes. The left-hander Danny Christensen will begin his warm-up tosses, and as he gets loose, let's take a look at how the Quakes will line up against him. Rancho Cucamonga coming into this ball game with a record of 1-4 in the second half. That puts the Quakes 2.5 games behind the Inland Empire 66ers and the Lake Elsinore Storm, who are tied for first in the Southern Division at 3-1. So Quakes 1-4 in the second half, 33-42 overall. And again, they have lost 10 straight games to High Desert. Leading it off for the Quakes is the center fielder Josh LeBlanc. Then hitting second for the first time this year is Sean Rodriguez, the shortstop. And Freddy Sandoval, the switch hitter, will play third and bat third for the Quakes. In the middle of the order, Ben Johnson, the designated hitter, is the cleanup man, with Cliff Remley protecting him in the 5 spot. Remo batting fifth, and hitting sixth and playing left field, Drew Toussaint. And the bottom third of the order, Ryan Leahy, the second baseman, back from a hand injury, will bat seventh. Tim Duff will catch and hit eighth tonight, and then rounding things out in the 9-hole is the right fielder, Cody Fuller. And fans have misspoke earlier, Sean Rodriguez hitting second for the 4th time this year, not the first time, as I said, so I'll take that back. Again, for the Quakes, they go with LeBlanc, Rodriguez, and then Sandoval, Johnson, Remley, and Toussaint. followed by Leahy, Duff, and Fuller. And the starter again for the Quakes is the right-hander, Fernando Rodriguez. So there you have part one of the starting lineups. We'll give you part two in the bottom half of this first inning. As we'll tell you everything you could possibly want to know about Danny Christensen. He works out of the windup. First offering from the left-hander is a fastball for a strike, and it is 0-1 as we are underway at 7:06 this evening. Walk in from the left side, chased a curveball down and away there. Comes up empty, and it's 0-2. Danny Christensen from Brooklyn, New York. Fourth-round pick out of high school back in 2002. 6'1", 205 pounds. Went back to that curveball and missed low and away for ball one. Christensen with a record of 1-5 in 15 starts and a .575 earned run average. Has the curveball working, however, as LeBlanc swings and misses for strike three. 4 pitches from Danny Christensen. 3 of them were curveballs. And Josh LeBlanc down swinging for the first out. That brings Sean Rodriguez to the plate. Umpires tonight, Bradley Lawhead calling the balls and strikes, and Matthew Hensel on the base paths. Sean Rodriguez digs in from the right side. Outfield straight away, and the fastball way outside from Christensen. It is 1-0. Christensen coming off of a loss his last time out. That was against Inland Empire. Gave up 3 runs in 5 innings. Fastball for a strike there. It's 1-1. Christensen has faced the Quakes twice before. Got roughed up back on May 25th, giving up 7 runs in 4 2/3. There's a slow tapper off the end of the bat to Wilver Perez at second base. He'll throw out Sean Rodriguez. 4-3 the scoring, and there are 2 gone here in the top of the first. Then Christensen faced the Quakes again a couple of starts ago. Gave up 3 runs in 5 innings and got a no decision. So here's Freddy Sandoval. No scoring. The base is empty here in the top of the first for the Quakes. Freddy hitting .290 with 3 home runs and 23 runs batted in. Switch hitter standing in from the right side. Christensen home with a curve. And it's a call, strike one. Lights have been turned on here in Adelanto. Gorgeous night for baseball, but a little bit too hot for my taste. Fastball outside corner. It's 0-2. I'm talking easily mid-90s. I don't think it's triple digits this late in the day, but it sure feels like. High fastball, swung on and missed, and that is strike 3. And Danny Christensen strikes out a pair here in the top of the first as the Quakes go in order against them. A 10-pitch inning for Danny Christensen here in the first. Quakes had no runs, no hits, no errors, and none left. To the bottom of the first we go. It's the Quakes nothing, and the Mavericks coming up.
After a big game, the cleanup job that the bleachers need can seem overwhelming. If you're faced with the same sort of dilemma after a day at the office, contact SCS Services. They specialize in industrial and commercial cleaning, and yes, they even do windows, inside and out. For free estimates, call SCS Services in your Yellow Pages, or give them a call at 987-9968. That's 987-9968.
SCS Services. Better service, lower prices.
Galliano Winery, located at 1431 Wineville Road in Mariloma, California. In business since 1927, the Galliano family's roots run deep in Cucamonga Valley's winemaking history, offering a unique array of 25 varieties, including award-winning wines as well as custom label. The Galliano tradition continues to grow in the Inland Empire. Try the latest award-winning wines in a relaxed country atmosphere of the tasting room. Enjoy a tour of our landmark complex or relax in the beautiful picnic grounds. To reach Galliano Winery, call 909-685-5376. That's 909-685-5376. Or stop by Monday through Saturday, 9 a.m. to 6 p.m., and Sunday, 10:30 a.m. to 5 p.m.
Back here in Adelanto, bottom of the first inning, and Fernando Rodriguez finishing up his warm-up tosses. Take a look at how Desert lines up against Fernie. Mavs 3-2 in the second half, just a half game behind the Inland Empire 66ers and the Lake Elsinore Storm. And High Desert 42-33 overall. Leading it off for the Mavericks, the shortstop Irving Falu. Then it's the second baseman Wilver Perez and the third baseman Geraldo Valentin. Will hit third. This is only the 7th or 8th time that Valentin has played third base all year. He's usually an outfielder. In the middle of the order, Rusty Brown, the first baseman, is the cleanup man. Tommy Duenas sits behind him in the 5th spot. Duenas, the former Angels farmhand, is catching. And Juan Senrizo, the center fielder, will hit 6th. In the bottom of 3rd of the order, Brian McFall, the right fielder, hits 7th. Hitting 8th and playing left field is James Tomlin. And rounding things out in the 9-hole, the DH, Mike Gaffney. Fernando Rodriguez opens with a fastball strike to Irving Falu. On the count 0-1. Falu, the switch hitter, in from the left side. Everybody else will hit right-handed against Fernando Rodriguez. This one into the gap in left center field is going to be trouble. And extra bases for Irving Falu. Josh LeBlanc will get to it on the warning track in left center, but a stand-up double for Irving Falu. And he's into scoring position on the second pitch of the game from Fernando Rodriguez. Run through the Mavericks lineup again. They go with Falu, Perez, and Valentin. Brown, Duenas, and Senrizo, followed by McFall, Tomlin, and Gaffney. And the starter, of course, the left-hander, Danny Christensen. So Falu leads off with his 11th double of the year. Here's Wilver Perez in from the right side, swing and a miss. And the count 0-1. The vitals on Fernando Rodriguez, 6'3", 210 pounds. He is from El Paso, Texas. An 18th round pick out of El Paso Community College back in 2003. From the stretch, check of the runner as Perez shows bunt, pulls it back. And that one missed inside. It's 1-1. Fernie Rodriguez, 6-3 this year, with a 4.20 earned run average. Getting the side from his catcher, Tim Duff. Duff are going to set up inside. And the 1-1 from Rodriguez. High chopper up the middle. This is going to be trouble. Charging in Freddy Sandoval, and he gets his man at first. Nicely done by Freddy Sandoval. That one was fielded by Sandoval basically behind the pitcher's mound. If that one had gone farther up the middle, would have been a tougher play because Rodriguez would have had to get to that one with his momentum kind of taking him towards right center as opposed directly towards first base like Freddy Sandoval had. So Perez grounds out 5-3. Irving Falu moves to second on the play. Moves to third. And now here's Geraldo Valentin in from the right side. Fernie Rodriguez misses low and away with a curve. It's 1-0. Rodriguez with 62 strikeouts and only 21 walks this year. 3-to-1 ratio in 79 in the third inning. Swinging the ball fouled right at home plate by Valentin as 1-1. Opponents hitting .268 against Fernando Rodriguez. He tries to keep this a scoreless game here in the bottom of the first. No score as of yet, but Irving Falu at third with only one away. Quakes have the corners playing in, middle infielders playing back against Geraldo Valentin. Here's a little tapper. This will be foul over towards the on-deck hitter, Rusty Brown. And the count goes to 1-2 on Geraldo Valentin. Valentin hitting .297 with 5 home runs and 33 runs batted in. And really turned it on during that week-long series against the Quakes last week. 1-2. Fastball swung on and missed, and that is strike 3. Nicely done by Fernando Rodriguez as he rears back and blows a 4-seamer past a swinging Geraldo Valentin. First strikeout of the night for Fernie Rodriguez. And now 2 away and a chance to get out of this inning unharmed after the leadoff double by Falu. Here's Rusty Brown, the first baseman. Rodriguez switches back to working out of the windup. And the fastball low for ball 1. Brown hitting .286 with 8 home runs and 34 runs batted in. Setting up outside, and this one is popped up. Be Fuller over, and he'll put it away out there in right field. And well, nice work by Fernando Rodriguez to work around that leadoff double by Irving Falu, and the Mavericks strand Falu at third base after getting him there with only 1 out. In the bottom of the first, no runs on a hit, no errors, and a runner left for the Mavericks. We go to the second, no score between the Quakes and High Desert.
Fans, for all your real estate needs, call Century 21 Excellence of Rancho Cucamonga at 909-373-1768. Whether you're buying, selling, or refinancing, call on the name you can trust. Century 21 Excellence of Rancho Cucamonga, partners in our community. With multiple offices to serve the Los Angeles, San Bernardino, Riverside, and Orange County areas, they can help you whether you're buying, selling, or refinancing. That's Century 21 Excellence of Rancho Cucamonga, partners in our community. Call them at 909-373-1768. Again, 909-373-1768.
Great moments in Laughlin history. Jeff from Barstow tries out his new camera phone.
Hey, Jeff sending pictures from Laughlin.
Looks like you rented a jet ski.
Cool. Now he's floating by a pontoon boat.
Are there girls on there?
Yeah, those are girls.
Are they hot?
Yeah, and they're really tan. I think he's in a casino now.
Are the girls with him?
They're blowing on his dice. Nice, he won.
Good. He owes me money.
They're in a nightclub now.
Whoa.
Knee-deep in females.
That never happens when we're with them.
Hello?
Hey, man, you guys shooting from down here. Hey, baby.
Jeff says hello.
Uh-huh.
I hate Jeff.
Laughlin, Nevada. Founded on fun.
I don't want to know what that is.
For information, call 1-800-4-LAUGHLIN or go to visitlaughlin.com.
Top of the second, middle third of the order, due up for the Quakes. Beginning with Ben Johnson, the DH, in for the right side. First pitch swinging. A little pop fly down the right field line. This could be trouble, and it's going to drop in front of Brian McFall, and Ben Johnson, running hard all the way, is going to slide head first safely into second base with a leadoff double. High and short down the right field line, and Ben Johnson, there's the benefit of going hard all the time. Turns what could have been just a bloop single into an extra base hit. Rusty Brown, the first baseman, was going out. He couldn't get to it. Brian McFall was coming in from right field. He could not get to it. And Ben Johnson, thanks to the hustle, gets himself his 10th two-base hit of the year. He's in scoring position. Cliff Remley showing bunt. Could not get it down as he missed it. And it's 0-1. Cliff Remley batting .290, couple of home runs, and 23 runs batted in. Left-hander against left-hander, swing and a miss this time. As he couldn't connect on the curveball from Danny Christensen, and it's 0-2. At the very least, you want to move Johnson over. Get him to third with less than 2 outs, and see if Toussaint can get one in the air and pick up a sacrifice fly to bring him home. 0-2. Fastball inside when the catcher, Duenas, was setting up outside. And it's 1 ball and 2 strikes. Christensen working out of the stretch. Given up 106 hits in 81 and a third innings this year. Grounder foul off the end of the bat. Off a hand on top of the dugout, then into a glove. There on the third base side. Still 1-2. Opponent's hitting .321 against Christensen, but he has a 4-to-1 ratio of strikeouts to walks. 85 strikeouts in 81-plus innings, and only 21 walks all year. 1-2 home. Little curveball, and another slowly hit to the third baseman, Geraldo Valentin. No chance for Johnson to advance, as Remley grounds out 5-3, and Ben Johnson has to stay put. And Ben Johnson had no choice but to stay at second base there. And the reason he had to stay was because Irving Falu, the shortstop, was very alertly going to third base. So that, if on the off chance Ben Johnson was trying to just inch away from second base and then try to advance to third, there would be somebody there to take the throw. If Irving Falu just stays put, Johnson could have gotten to third, but Falu was moving, and Johnson had to stay put. So 1 away. And here's a fastball strike to Drew Toussaint. And the count 0-1. No score here in the top of the second. Ben Johnson The runner in scoring position for the Quakes. 0-1 to 2 Sauce. Swing and a miss. And it's 0-2. Let's set up High Desert defensively for you. Starting in the outfield with James Tomlin in left, Juan Senriso in center, and Brian McFall in right. So Tomlin, Senriso, and McFall left to right in the outfield. Give you the infield in just a second. The 0-2 fastball high, and it's 1-2. On the infield, Geraldo Valentin at third, Irving Falu at short. On the right side, Wilver Perez plays second, Rusty Brown plays first, and the catcher is Tommy Duenas. 1-2, another fastball off the plate inside. And it's evened up at 2-2 on Drew Toussaint. DT hitting .238. Second on the ball club with 10 home runs. And he has driven in 23. 2-2. Inside out swing. Slowly hit to the first baseman, Rusty Brown. He'll carry it to the bag himself as Ben Johnson moves to third. And there are 2 away now. So Toussaint grounds out 3 unassisted. Johnson now at third base, and let's see if Ryan Leahy can come through with a base hit to get the Quakes on the board here. Ryan Leahy has missed roughly the last week. Has not played since last Saturday, the 17th. A ball game against High Desert, when he tried to steal third base and ended up rolling over on his left hand and ended up bruising that hand pretty well. As Leahy takes a fastball for a strike, it's 0-1. And an injury came at a bad time for Rhino because he was in the middle of an 8-game hitting streak when he got hurt. 0-1, there's a strike. It's 0-2. Leahy has the average up to .261. No home runs. He should have a home run. He should have had a home run in that game on Saturday. A ball that hit above the yellow line on the home run fence back at the epicenter and was clearly over the yellow line, and the umpires did not call it. Said that it was in play and ruled it a double. That one grounded slowly up the first base side, and still 0-2. And it was only after that home run was taken away from Ryan Leahy that he tried to steal third base and ended up getting hurt and going on the shelf for a week. So if the umpires had made the right call in the first place, Leahy wouldn't have gotten hurt. Crazy game. Fastball outside. It's 1-2. Wind blowing out towards left. About 15 to 20 miles an hour. 1-2. Curveball from Christensen. Knocked foul up the third base side. Bobby Mitchell on the back pedal will underhand it into the first row of seats. Fan drops it, and Bobby will walk over and toss it in there once again. This time the plan does make the catch. Mitch coaching third. Craig Graybeck coaching first for the Quakes. Scoreless game here in the top of the second. Quakes trying to take advantage of a leadoff double by Ben Johnson. He's at third base now with 2 away. The 1-2 to Leahy. Checked his swing on a curveball. That one finished down and inside. It's 2-2. Quakes going with the road grays tonight. The gray tops, gray pants, black undershirts, black socks and caps. High Desert once again wearing the alternate red caps. The red tops and the white pants. This one popped up, foul ground, first base side, and nobody's going to catch it. Rusty Brown, the first baseman, was over there, and inexplicably, Brown gave way to the pitcher, Danny Christensen. Christensen has no business getting in between Brown and Duenas to try to catch that ball. That's one where Christensen just points his finger up in the air to say, hey, look, that's where it's going, and let the fielders do it. But even stranger of Christensen going after that ball is the fact that Rusty Brown, the first baseman, paid attention to him. You disregard the pitcher in that situation. You run him over if you have to. Let's see if the Quakes can take advantage here. The 2-2 to Ryan Leahy. Foul back over the roof and out of play. We'll do it again. Again, Quakes wearing the grays. High Desert wearing the red tops, red caps and white pants. The sun is in the process of setting back off to our left, casting some long shadows on the field from the third base side towards the right field corner. 2-2. Fastball a little bit low, I guess. Looked like a pretty good pitch. That looked like a two-seamer from Danny Christensen. Started out inside and then moved away from Ryan Leahy and looked like it moved right into the middle of the strike zone. I guess it was downstairs. So now it's 3-2 as Tim Duff waits on deck. Payoff pitch. Popped up, foul. This will get into the seats. Takes a big hop on one of the empty seats and rolls away onto the concourse. And we'll do it again. So at the very least, the pop-up that nobody made a play on over there on the first base side in front of the Quakes dugout has at least made Danny Christensen throw, as of right now, 5 more pitches. Out of the stretch, 3-2. Curveball outside, and he walked him. So Ryan Leahy draws a walk with his second life here in the top of the second. And that'll put men on the corners for the Quakes. Again, this inning should be over. Now, there's no error given on the play. Nobody ever got a glove on it. But Christensen shouldn't have been over there calling for the ball in the first place, and Rusty Brown shouldn't have paid attention to him. First offering to Tim Duff. Ground ball to short. Irving Falu will go the short route and get the force at second. And that does it for the Quakes. So they're unable to take advantage, and they leave Ben Johnson stranded at third base after that leadoff double. Leahy forced out 6-4 on the fielder's choice as it goes Falu to Perez, and that does it for the Quakes here in the second. So no runs after that leadoff double. No high desert errors, and runners are left aboard on the corners. To the bottom of the second we go. It's the Quakes nothing and the Mavericks nothing.
In baseball, it's good to have a player that can do it all. The same is true in business. If you're searching for business telephone systems, voice data cabling, and network services, Accent Computer Solutions Incorporated is the player who can do it all for you. Accent Computer Solutions has been providing state-of-the-art technology to businesses since 1987. They even offer 24-hour service. So call 481-4368 and put Team Accent to work for you. You can also log on to teamaccent.com.
Accent Computer Solutions Incorporated. We can handle it.
When you apply a pesticide, it can wash off your lawn or garden when you water, wasting money and polluting local waterways. That's because runoff from lawns, gardens, streets, and sidewalks in San Bernardino County drains directly into the Santa Ana River without treatment. And if you are accidentally washing pesticides off your lawn and garden, they will be carried into the river. Here are a few choices you can make to save money and protect our local environment. Follow the directions on the product. Extra pesticide just gets washed off your lawn or garden. Use pesticides sparingly. Spot apply to selected areas rather than blanket apply to the entire lawn or garden. Avoid applying pesticides before a rainstorm. When watering your lawn and garden, make sure water does not run into the street and carry pesticide chemicals with it. Use non-toxic products for your garden and lawn whenever possible. If you must use pesticides, make sure they are in sealed, waterproof containers that cannot leak. When it is time to dispose of leftover chemicals, call 1-800-253-2687 for the household hazardous waste collection site near you. For more pollution prevention tips, please call the City of Rancho Cucamonga at 909-477-2740, extension 4060.
Bottom of the second in a scoreless ball game here in Adelanto. As Fernando Rodriguez worked around a leadoff double back in the first, got out of the inning unharmed. Here in the second, he'll get Duenas, Senrizo, and then Brian McFall, the 5, 6, and 7 hitters, due up for the Mavericks. As Tommy Duenas will stand in from the right side. And 264 on the year. First pitch swing, and it's a foul ball outside of third base. That could have been extra bases for Duenas. And instead, just a hard hit strike. Jeff Carter, the manager for High Desert, was pointing immediately towards fair ground, trying to influence the call of the home plate umpire, Bradley Lawhead. And when that ball hit the ground, it did hit in fair territory, but in Lawhead's opinion, by the time it got to the third base bag, it was outside the bag, so therefore a foul ball. Fastball outside. And it's 1-1 on Tom Duenas. He had a big night yesterday. 3 hits and 4 RBIs. Had a 2-run single in the 5th and a 2-run double in the 6th. 1-1. Fastball inside corner. It's 1-2. Last night, Tommy Duenas and Juan Senrizo went a combined 6 for 9 with 9 RBIs. Duenas had 3 hits and 4 RBIs. Senrizo 3 hits and 5 RBIs. 1-2, ground ball. Nice diving stop by Sean Rodriguez at short. Tried to get to his feet and stumbled as he tried to get up. That'll be an infield hit for Tommy Duenas. And the leadoff man aboard. Heck of a play by Sean Rodriguez to even get to that one.
Number 14.
I didn't think he was going to be able to get there off the bat. I thought that one was going to get past Sean Rodriguez unimpeded. And he made a nice diving stop and just got gobbled up by the turf monster there as he tried to get his footing as he popped to his feet. The leadoff man aboard. Here's the aforementioned Juan Senrizo. Also had that big night yesterday with 5 RBIs. Takes the fastball upstairs for ball 1. No score here in the bottom of the 2nd. High Desert with 2 hits. Quakes with 1 hit. That's the only action on the line score. No runs and no errors for either team. Fernando Rodriguez works from the stretch. 1-0. Line drive into center field. Thick and fast, but it'll hold up long enough for Josh LeBlanc to get there. That ball actually carried a little bit on Josh LeBlanc. He almost came in too far. Made the catch right around chest high. When off the bat, it looked like he was going to have to come in on the dead sprint. Instead, slammed on the brakes out there in center field. So Senrizo lines out to center. Tommy Duenas holds at first base, and here's Brian McFall, the right fielder. 1 on and 1 out for McFall. Right-hander against right-hander. And Rodriguez misses down the dirt, blocked by Tim Duff. It's 1-0. Set up the Quakes defensively. In the outfield, they've got Drew Toussaint in left, Josh LeBlanc in center, and Cody Fuller in right. So Toussaint, LeBlanc, and Fuller left to right in the outfield. Give the infield in just a second. The 1-0 to Brian McFall. Line drive fair down the left field line. That's going to get into the corner and go for extra bases. Tommy Duenas will chug into third. A stand-up double for Brian McFall. And High Desert with 2 men in scoring position. Brian McFall with his 16th double of the season. And now Fernando Rodriguez going to have some work to do to get out of this inning unharmed. Worked around a leadoff double in the first. Stranded Irving Falu at third base. But here's second and third with 1 out. And here's James Tomlin. Quakes infield looks like this defensively. Freddy Sandoval at third. Sean Rodriguez at short. On the right side, Ryan Leahy plays second. Cliff Remley plays first. And the catcher is Tim Duff. The corners are in on the infield. Middle infielders are back. First offering to James Tomlin. Reached for a curveball that was outside and rolled it over foul to the first set of the Mavericks dugout on the third base side. And that one popped underhanded about 10 rows deep into the seats. So 0-1 on James Tomlin. All the time and steps out, hitting .247. No home runs and 8 RBIs. That's in 21 ball games. 8 ribs, 21 games. 0-1 to Tomlin. Reach for another one and taps it foul into the seat. And now Fernando Rodriguez has him on the ropes at 0-2. James Tomlin from Los Angeles. Signed as a free agent by the Kansas City Royals earlier this year. 0-2. Fastball a little bit low from Fernando Rodriguez. It's 1-2. Fans want to remind you, Quakes Baseball brought to you in part by Chili's Bar and Grill in Rancho Cucamonga. Located at 10598 Foothill Boulevard. Enjoy the atmosphere inside or the convenience of Chili's to go. That's Chili's live a little. Pick-off attempt at second base, and they almost got Brian McFall as he was a little bit tardy getting back to that second base bag. Usually on the pickoff attempt, the shortstop will be going in, but the Quakes have a little bit of a shift put on for James Tomlin, where Rodriguez is playing pretty much even between the second base and third base bags, and if he's shaded anywhere, it's towards third base. And Leahy is over a few steps towards second base. 1-2. Curveball waved at and missed, and that is strike three. And now Tomlin getting in the way of Tim Duff as he tries to pick it up and makes the throw down to first to complete the strikeout. So Tomlin strikes out swinging. He was chasing curveballs right there. And you begin to realize why the Quakes put the shift on against Tomlin. Fernandez was just feeding him curveballs on the outside part of the plate, and Tomlin showed no inclination to try to hit the ball the other way. Just tried to keep yanking that ball towards left field. And eventually he strikes out. So now 2 gone. Here's Mike Gaffney, the number 9 hitter. First offering, a swing and a miss on a curve, and it's 0-1. Tommy Duenas led off this inning with a single. Then Senriso lined out. McFall followed with a double to left. I put runners at second and third with 1 out, but Tomlin struck out, and let's see if Fernando Rodriguez can get Mike Gaffney here and keep it a scoreless game here in the second. 0-1, bouncing ball up the middle. This could be a tough play. Long run for Sean Rodriguez. Long stretch, and the throw to first. Not in time. Now trying to score from second on the play, and out at the plate is Brian McFall. That is the third out. The throw did go down to second, but there are 3 outs as the Quakes are slowly walking off the field. Yeah, there are 3 outs. I want to make sure the umpires knew how many outs there were. It's going to be an infield single for Mike Gaffney. An infield single to the shortstop, Rodriguez. Gaffney gets an RBI. Duenas scores on the play. McFall goes to third on the single, and then is out. I'm not sure if they're going to go 6-3-2 or just 3-2. I think you just go 3-2 because after Gaffney was ruled safe at first, then that ends that play. You know what I mean? And so then the 3-2 is a new play. So infield single for Gaffney, an RBI, run count, McFall out at the plate, 3-2. That's what we'll go with. So High Desert gets a run on 2 hits. A run on 3 hits. No Quakes errors. 1 runner is left. We go to the third. Quakes trailing 1-0.
To win a championship, a ball club relies on their veteran players. Their experience makes all the difference. At Pierce Concrete, their 30 years of experience makes them the champions to see for all your concrete work. They do it all, including cutting, breaking, sawing, and drilling. Whether it's a small or a large job, residential or commercial, you can rely on Pierce Concrete. Give them a call at 909-483-0892. That's 483-0892. Pierce Concrete. Let the wizard do it for you.
The 2006 Rancho Cucamonga Quakes aren't always playing baseball at the Epicenter. During their downtime, you can catch them playing the official gaming console of the 2006 Quakes, Xbox 360. Xbox 360 is the most powerful video game and entertainment system out there, delivering the best games, the next generation of premier Xbox Live online gaming services, and unique digital entertainment experiences that revolve around you. Xbox 360, available now at your local retailer. Jump in at www.xbox.com for more information.
Hey folks, Rob Sinclair here to tell you about the good people at Nationwide Surveys and what they can do for your business. They can handle customer surveys, employee feedback, and even online and on-site data collection. That's Nationwide Surveys, reliable feedback, fast. Call them today at 1-800-252-0640 or visit them at nationwidesurveys.com. That's 800-252-0640 or online at nationwidesurveys.com.
Cody Fuller leading it off for the Quakes here in the top of the third. Rancho Cucamonga trailing 1-0. And the count of 1-2 strikes on Cody Fuller. He'll be followed by Josh LeBlanc and then Sean Rodriguez. Fastball inside from Christensen. It's 2-2. So 9-1-2 due up for the Quakes here in the top of the third. Cody Fuller hitting .260. no home runs, and 15 RBIs. 2-2, a curveball called strike 3 on the outside corner. Cody Fuller goes down looking, third strikeout of the night for Danny Christensen. And the leadoff man gone for the Quakes here in the top of the third. So Christensen has made his first turn through the order, given up no runs on one hit, with a walk and 3 strikeouts through the first 9 hitters. And now here's Josh LeBlanc. Left-hander against left-hander. LeBlanc struck out swinging back in the first. Curveball missed upstairs there from Christensen. It's 1-0. Going back to that play that ended the second inning and gave High Desert the only run of the game thus far. There's a strike. It's 0-2. Tommy Duenas was at third. Brian McFall was at second with Gaffney at the plate and 2 away. Gaffney hit a slow chopper up the middle. Sean Rodriguez made a nice grab upon. Had a long way to go. Stretched out as far as he could. Made the throw to first, was just a little bit late. 1-2, curveball inside. It's 2 balls and 2 strikes. Now, obviously, with 2 outs, the runners are going on contact. So Duenas scored. He took off, and when Gaffney was ruled safe at first base. That allowed Tommy Duenas to score as the fastball misses up high, and that is ball 4. Second walk allowed by Danny Christensen tonight, and Josh LeBlanc aboard on the free pass. Now, since Brian McFall is going on contact as well, he figured he'd try to catch the Quakes napping and try to score all the way from second. A good awareness from Cliff Remley. Rodriguez fouls this one down the right field side. It's 0-1. Good awareness by Cliff Remley over there at first to see McFall carrying around third, make a throw to the plate, and a great tag put on by Tim Duff. He did a good job of holding his ground there and blocking that play. That's how the Quakes only give up a run there in the bottom of the second. Here's a line drive into center field. That'll drop in front of Juan Sanriso. A sinking, sharply hit line drive for Sean Rodriguez. Second hit of the game for the Quakes. Josh LeBlanc goes to second. And the Quakes, with 2 on and only 1 out here in the top of the third, they're in business. Freddy Sandoval now at the plate. Switch hitter in from the right side. LeBlanc at second, Rodriguez at first. First pitch swinging. Sandoval sends this one in the air to right field. McFall going back of the warning track, still going back, looking up, and it is gone. I swing hard. A 3-run homer the opposite way for Freddy Sandoval. And the Quakes, just like that, lead at 3-1. And the wind isn't even blowing out to right. The wind's blowing to left. And Freddy Sandoval went down and got that one. A 3-run homer for Freddy. His 4th home run, RBIs 24, 25, and 26. And just like that, the Quakes have their first lead of this, I believe, of this entire series. Curveball up high to Ben Johnson. It's 1-0. I take it back. Quakes had a 3-2 lead after the 7th on Thursday night. And then High Desert tied it in the 8th and won it in the 9th. Well, only the second time that the Quakes have led during this entire series. Swinging a ground ball foul outside of third by Ben Johnson. It's 1-1. And at 2 runs, this is the biggest deficit that the Mavericks have faced in this series. Johnson, another switch hitter in from the right side. Swing and a miss on the fastball by Danny Christensen, and it's 1-2. Johnson with a double back in the second to lead off that inning. Eventually got to third, but was stranded there. Fastball inside. And it's even now at 2-2. Curveball swung on and missed, and that is strike 3. Johnson goes down swinging. Strikeout number 4 for Danny Christensen. And the bases are empty with 2 down for Cliff Remley. Fans want to remind you, Quakes Baseball brought to you in part by the Outback Steakhouse of Ontario. Located at 4492 Ontario Mills Parkway, just across from the Ontario Mills Mall. Outback Steakhouse of Ontario is the home of the world-famous Bloomin' Onion. At Outback, it's no rules, just right. As Remley looks at a curveball down low, and it's 1-0. Well, Christensen comes back with another Uncle Charlie. That one outside as well. 2 balls and no strikes. Left-hander against left-hander here at the top of the third. Quakes leading 3-1. 2-0. Fastball. That's a strike right at the knees. And it is 2-1 on Cliff Remley. Native of Atlanta, Georgia. Curveball outside target. And it's even at 2-2. Of course, Cliff's alma mater, Georgia Tech, made it to the College World Series this year, but they've been knocked out. Curveball down low, and it's full up at 3-2. It's actually Oregon State and North Carolina playing for the national title this year. 3-2, fastball outside, that's ball 4. So Danny Christensen with already his 3rd walk of the game, which is surprising for Christensen because he came in with only 21 walks in 81 1/3 innings. That'll keep the inning going for Drew Toussaint. And Christensen, there's only been 1 game in this entire season when he's walked more than 2 batters in a game. That was against Bakersfield back on May 10th when he walked 4 batters. Other than that, 2 walks or less in his 14 other starts. Another toss over to first, and this time Remley dives back in. Quakes leading at 3-1 here in the top of the third. High Desert got an infield RBI single in the second. Here in the third, 1 swing of the bat from Freddy Sandoval resulted in a 3-run homer for the Quakes. Toussaint takes the fastball on the inside corner. It's 0-1. Changeup swung on and missed as Toussaint was out in front of that one. It's 0-2. Outfield straight away for Toussaint, who has terrorized High Desert pitching this year, hitting over 350 against the Mavericks in the dozen or so games that he has played against them. Another toss over to first, and again Cliff Remley back standing up. Toussaint actually hitting 333. Take that back. 333 with 6 home runs and 11 RBIs in 15 games against High Desert. 0-2, fastball upstairs, 1 ball and 2 strikes. How about Freddy Sandoval hitting 360 just about against High Desert, and now all 4 of his home runs this season have come against the Mavericks. Grounded to the left side, Geraldo Valentin at third base will take it and go the short route to second for the force out on Cliff Remley. 5-4 the scoring on the fielder's choice, and that does it for the Quakes here in the top of the third. But Rancho Cucamonga comes storming back after giving up that run in the bottom of the first. LeBlanc walked. Rodriguez followed with a single to put 2 on with 1 out, and then Freddy Sandoval on the first pitch he got drove a 3-run homer over the wall in right field for his 4th home run of the year and puts the Quakes on top for the first time. In the third, 3 runs, 2 hits, no errors, and none left. To the bottom of the third we go. It's the Quakes 3 and the Mavericks 1.
Friends and family visiting you this summer? Don't worry. Add a room instantly by calling your friends at the Red Roof Inn. Red Roof Inns offer quality rooms, friendly service, great rates, and kids stay free. Plus, as a Ready Card preferred member, you'll earn points towards free room nights. With 360 Red Roof Inns nationwide, you'll find locations everywhere, including Ontario, San Dimas, and Victorville. Visit us today at redroof.com or dial 800-RED-ROOF.
Faucets leaking, termites feasting, fish and tackle, paints and spackle, tubs, jacuzzis, tapes and movies, everything from A to Z. Tile and lumber, tons of plumbers, elevators, coffee makers, radiators, party favors. Take a look and you'll see. Let your fingers walk into Yellow Book, not the other book. Florists, grocers, water coolers, bakers, jewelers, everything from A to Z. Duct tape, landscape, sit-down mowers, dentists, false teeth, uppers, lowers, wholesale, retail, bomb mail, white whale. Take a look and you'll see. Let your fingers walk into Yellow Book. Let your fingers walk into Yellow Book, not the other book.
To place your ad at people's fingertips, call 1-800-YB-YELLOW. Yellow Book, not the other book.
Bottom of the third inning, and the Quakes with a 3-1 lead against the High Desert Mavericks. Quakes trying to snap a 10-game losing streak to the Mavericks, and also head into the All-Star break on a high note. Here in the bottom of the third, it's back to the top of the order for the Mavericks. Falu, Perez, and Valentin, 1, 2, and 3 against Fernando Rodriguez. He misses down and in with a fastball. Falu was showing bunt, had to jump out of the way. And it's 1-0. Falu led off the bottom of the first with a double, but was stranded at third base. He's 1 for 1. Fastball outside here from Fernando Rodriguez. It's 2-0. Fastball, little bit low, maybe. That's 3-0 on Irving Falu. 266 hitter, 2 home runs, and 27 batted in. 3-0. There's a fastball strike. Falu is taken all the way, and it's 3-1. Fastball high, and that's ball 4. Irving Falu draws a leadoff walk. That means the leadoff man has gotten on base all 3 times so far against Fernando Rodriguez. The double by Falu in the first, he did not score. Duenas reached on an infield single in the second. He did come around to score. And now Falu has walked to begin the third. Cliff Remley will hold him at first base and expect to see a lot of throws over to first from Fernando Rodriguez. Get it started right here as Falu dives back in. Irving Falu, 15 out of 21 in terms of stolen base attempts for High Desert this year. Gabe Simpson away from first base. And Fernando Rodriguez chases him back again. Out towards left by Wilbur Perez, and Toussaint not going to be able to do anything about that one. A 2-run homer, and just like that, we are tied at 3. Was out of here in a hurry, folks. Wilbur Perez hits his 3rd home run of the year. RBIs 20 and 21. And just like that, we're all tied up. Here's Geraldo Valentin. Fastball upstairs. It's 1-0. I'm not sure what pitch that was from Fernando Rodriguez, but I do know where it was, and it was up. It was right around the letters. 1-0, ground ball. Right up the middle, Sean Rodriguez. 6 throws, got him. Score that one 6-3. Nicely done by Rodriguez, moving to his left up the middle there at short. And that's the first out. There in the bottom of the third. I want to say that was maybe a curveball that hung up from Fernando Rodriguez. So if he threw a fastball in that location, I don't see Perez really turning on it that well. Now, if it's coming in, say, a 90 or 92 from Fernando Rodriguez, but if that one's coming in at 75, I can see Perez turning around on that one. So I think that was a hanging curveball from Fernando Rodriguez. Now here's a line drive down the left field line, and this one will short hop and actually go over the wall. A ground rule double for Rusty Brown on the first pitch that he sees. And High Desert continues to put some pretty good swings against Fernando Rodriguez. That's now 6 hits for the Mavericks, and 4 of them have gone for extra bases. That's already the 3rd double for High Desert tonight. And then you've also got the 2-run homer by Wilver Perez. So Brown collects his 12th double. And now he's in scoring position for Tommy Duenas as the Mavericks will try to retake the lead. Tied at 3 here in the bottom of the third. Duenas signaled and scored back in the second. Curveball up high from Fernando Rodriguez, and it's 1-0. High Desert got a run in the second. Quakes got the 3-run homer by Freddy Sandoval in the top of this third inning, and now the 2-run shot by Wilver Perez has tied it for the Mavericks in the bottom of the third. Duenas calls time and steps out. Outfield around towards left, looking for Duenas to pull. 1-0, fastball down low. Corralled by Tim Duff, and it is 2 balls and no strikes. Again, fans, All-Star break comes up tomorrow. So although I would be flattered if you tried to tune us in tomorrow, you won't be able to get anything. Ditto for Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday. But we'll be back home on Thursday. Inland Empire comes to town for 5. I've never heard of a 5-game series. Wacky California League scheduling. 2-0 to Duenas. Fastball downstairs. It's 3 balls and no strikes. .7:05 starts Thursday, Friday, and Saturday. Then a 5:05 start on Sunday because we'll be into July by then. Fastball downstairs. That's ball 4. Now with first base open, Tommy Duenas walks on 4 pitches. Second walk given up by Fernando Rodriguez, both in this game and this inning. And now with men at first and second, here's Juan Senrizo. He lined out sharply to Josh LeBlanc back in the second. Now, if memory serves, I want to say we've got 3 fireworks shows during that 5-game series against Inland Empire. First off from Senrizo downstairs, and it's 1-0. Tell you what, easy way to find out. Go hop on the internet here. Go to good old rcquakes.com. Take a look at the promo calendar. Gotta love wireless internet up in the press box. I'll tell you what, man, a couple of years ago, there was no wireless internet anywhere, which was fine because I didn't have a laptop, but now I've got it. I can go look at anything I want to. Fastball upstairs, 2-0. Take a look here. Schedule. Promotions and giveaways. What do we have here? Now, 2 fireworks shows. All right. Saturday and Monday. 2-0. There's a swing and a miss on a fastball by Sanriso, and it's 2-1. Yeah, so we're off until next Thursday. Which would be the 29th. Off until Thursday the 29th. Then Saturday, July 1st, we have fireworks, and Monday, July 3rd, we have fireworks. Fastball down low, and it's 3-1 to Sanriso. 2 on, 2 out for High Desert here in the bottom of the third. They have rallied to tie this ball game at 3. A 2-run homer by Wilbur Perez. Now they've got Brown at second and Duenas at first. Fernando Rodriguez is falling behind in the count 3-1 to Juan Sanriso. Right-hander against right-hander. Ground ball sharply up the middle, but Ryan Leahy is there. He'll flip to Rodriguez for 1 and on to first for the double play, and that will end the inning. So 4-6-3 double play turned by the Quakes. Leahy, Rodriguez, and Remily. With Duenas forced out, and despite the threat, Fernando Rodriguez will keep a tie ball game intact here in the bottom of the third. Mavericks had 2 runs on 2 hits, however. On the 2-run homer by Wilbur Perez, his third of the year, they tie it up. 2 runs, 2 hits, no errors, and a runner left. We're a third of the way through. Let's go to the fourth. Quakes and the Mavericks even at 3.
Fans, for all your real estate needs, call Century 21 Excellence of Rancho Cucamonga at 909-373-1768. Whether you're buying, selling, or refinancing, call on the name you can trust. Century 21 Excellence of Rancho Cucamonga, partners in our community. With multiple offices to serve the Los Angeles, San Bernardino, Riverside, and Orange County areas, they can help you whether you're buying, selling, or refinancing. That's Century 21 Excellence of Rancho Cucamonga, partners in our community. Call them at 909-373-1768. Again, 909-373-1768.
Hey fans, planning a backyard party, company picnic, church event, school fair, or fundraiser? Want to make it an event that they won't forget? Then call Dino Bounce Party Rental. We feature wholesome fun for all ages and have everything you need to keep your party hopping. We rent chairs, tables, jumps, barbecue grills, canopies, and more. Let our courteous professional staff help plan your next party or event. Call Dino Bounce Party Rental at 909-469-1345 or find us online at dinobounce.com.
You wouldn't want your favorite sports team to only play offense or only play defense. So when it comes to insurance, why settle for someone that can handle only your auto policy? Bring your home and auto insurance to Allstate now, and you can save big on both. You deserve someone that can assist you more. That's Allstate stand. Are you in good hands? Hey, sports fans, call Allstate agent Sal Ayala Jr. at 909-984-8528 today. Subject to availability and qualifications, Allstate Insurance Company, Allstate Property and Casualty Insurance Company, and Allstate Indemnity Company, Northbrook, Illinois.
Top of the fourth and bottom third of the order due up for the Quakes. Ryan Leahy in from the right side against the southpaw Danny Christensen. First pitch swinging. Comes up empty on a high fastball. It's 0-1. Leahy, Tim Duff, and then Cody Fuller. Due for the Quakes here in the fourth. So we are tied up. 3 runs each here in the series finale. Going on and grounded foul outside of third base. It's 0-2. Fans, I can remember where I was getting the third fireworks show from. Of course, the city of Rancho Cucamonga is putting on the fireworks show on July 4th, which is a Tuesday. So even though the Quakes are on the road, you can still go to the Epicenter, get a heck of a fireworks display, and celebrate our nation's birthday. Fastball high, it's 1-2. Off until Thursday because of the All-Star break. Then fireworks Saturday, Monday, and Tuesday at the Epicenter. Curveball fouled into the seats off to our right. And we'll do it again at 1-2. Outfield straight away on Ryan Leahy. 261 hitter, no homers, 19 RBI. He walked back in the second. 1-2. Popped up. First base side, foul ground. Rusty Brown tracking it and will make the catch, as this time Danny Christensen stays out of his way. And that's the first out here in the top of the fourth. Fans, we're just past the top of the 8 o'clock hour. Let's go ahead and step aside for station identification. You're listening to the Quakes Radio Network.
You are listening to Rob Sinclair and Quakes Baseball right here on AM 1370, KWRM, Corona, California.
Tim Duff in from the right side, tracks a fastball that winds up low and away for ball one. Duffy only saw one pitch back in the second, one after it, and hit into a fielder's choice to end the inning. Fastball downstairs there from Christensen, and it's 2 balls and no strikes. Duff hitting 169, no homers and 3 RBIs. Lines this one back into center field, however, and that's a solid single for Tim Duff. Right back from whence it came. Good piece of hitting there by Duffy. And a 1-out base runner for the number 9 man, Cody Fuller. Fans, want to remind you, Quakes Baseball brought to you in part by Romano's Macaroni Grill of Rancho Cucamonga. Located at 10742 Foothill Boulevard. Choose from more than 35 Italian specialties. Romano's Macaroni Grill, all the Italian you need to know. Toss over to first, and Duff gets back standing. Cody Fuller struck out looking back in the third. Shows bunt here, gets a good one down at the third base line. Barehanding Geraldo Valentin will not make a throw. A perfect bunt up the third base line by Cody Fuller. Had Valentin, again, who is not a natural third baseman, playing back. And even though he barehanded it cleanly, knew that he had no chance to get Cody Fuller. So Duff, who is hitting 169, singles with 1 out here in the fourth. Then Fuller, whose average has come down about 150 points for the month of April, bunts his way on. First offering to Josh LeBlanc. He sends a curveball into right field. Brian McFall is there to make the catch, and that's the second out. So LeBlanc flies out to right. Duff still at second. Fuller still at first, and let's see what Sean Rodriguez can do. Rodriguez 1 for 2. Grounded out in first. And then singled and scored in the third. Left-handed pitcher, right-handed batter. Christensen from the stretch. The first offer on the outside corner. It's 0-1. Rodriguez, an all-star for the Quakes. 0-1, fastball low. It's a ball and a strike. Sean went 0 for 4 yesterday. He hit 7th for the first time this season. Now he's batting second tonight for just the 4th time all year. 1-1, down low from Christensen. 2 balls and 1 strike. Quakes and the Mavericks tied at 3 here in the top of the 4th. Runners at first and second and 2 away. Desert led 1-0 after the second. Quakes got a 3-run homer from Freddy Sandoval in the third to take a 3-1 lead, and then the Mavericks tied it on a 2-run homer by Wilber Perez in the bottom of the third inning. 2-1 to Rodriguez, got underneath this one and popped it up. Shallow center field. Wilber Perez, the second baseman, calling for it, and will make the catch. And despite hits from the 8 and 9 hitters in the lineup tonight, the Quakes get turned away empty-handed here in the top of the 4th. No runs on a couple of hits from Duff and Fuller. No Mavericks errors, and 2 are left. To the bottom of the 4th we go. Quakes and the Mavericks all tied up at 3 apiece.
The Charter Media Friday Family Fun Pack is back. Get 4 club seats, 4 hot dogs, 4 sodas, a Quakes baseball, 2 Boomers miniature golf passes, 2 Cold Stone Creamery buy 2 get 2 free coupons, and a voucher for a free on-demand movie from Charter Media, all for just $38. The Charter Media Friday Family Fun Pack is available May 26th, June 16th, June 30th, and August 25th. For more information, call the Quakes ticket office at 909-481-5252.
Galliano Winery, located at 1431 Wineville Road in Mariloma, California. In business since 1927, the Galliano family's roots run deep in Cucamonga Valley's winemaking history, offering a unique array of 25 varieties, including award-winning wines as well as custom labels. The Galliano tradition continues to grow in the Inland Empire. Try the latest award-winning wines in a relaxed country atmosphere of the tasting room. Enjoy a tour of our landmark complex or relax in the beautiful picnic grounds. To reach Galliano Winery, call 909-685-5376. That's 909-685-5376. Or stop by Monday through Saturday, 9 a.m. to 6 p.m., and Sunday, 10:30 a.m. to 5 p.m.
Bottom third of the order due up for the Mavericks. With McFall, Tomlin, and Gaffney, 7, 8, and 9 due up against the right-hander, Fernando Rodriguez. Fans, my name is Rob Sinclair. Thank you so much for spending a little bit of your Saturday night with us here on the Quakes Radio Network. Along with my partners in crime, John Stouter and Joshua Stouter. Best in the business at the World Broadcast Headquarters, producer and director, respectively. Appreciate you guys hanging out with us. As Brian McFall goes after the first pitch, pops it up, and what could be a troublesome part of left field, but the wind will take this one into the high desert bullpen there on the left field side, and the count 0-1 on Brian McFall. Quakes 3 and the Mavericks 3 here in the bottom of the fourth. As McFall will go back to the batter's box and retrieve his bat. McFall 1 for 1. Doubled back in the second. And again, High Desert with 6 hits in the first 3 innings against Fernie Rodriguez, and 4 of them have gone for extra bases. 3 doubles and a home run. There's a curveball, a little bit high. And it's a ball and a strike on Brian McFall. Hitting .239. 11 home runs. And a team high 41 runs batted in for McFall. Fastball low there, and it's 2-1. Brian McFall spent last year in Burlington down the Midwest League and hit 14 home runs. So he's already got 11 this year. Fernando Rodriguez misses down and away, and it's 3-1. Right-hander against right-hander. Rodriguez from the windup. Fastball low, and that's ball 4. The third walk allowed by Fernie Rodriguez. And in all 4 innings now, the leadoff man has reached for High Desert. And the 4 walks tie a season high for Fernando Rodriguez. We were talking about the control exhibited by Danny Christensen, the High Desert starter, coming in. As in 14 of his 15 starts, he had allowed 2 walks or less. Fernie Rodriguez has basically done the same thing. Fastball down low, off the glove of Tim Duff. It'll roll behind him, and Duffy won't make a throw to second as the pass ball will move Brian McFall into scoring position. Duff had that one in his glove, and it just squirted out behind him. So McFall goes to second on the pass ball. And the count 1-0 on James Tomlin. We're going back to Fernie Rodriguez. Now in 13 of his 14 appearances, 2 walks or less. For 1-0 to Tomlin. Curveball in the outside corner. It's 1-1. So it's kind of interesting. You've got Rodriguez, who's had such good control. Take that back. He's only got 3 walks tonight. So 1 away from his season high. And Danny Christensen, 3 walks as well. Now we're only here in the bottom of the 4th. Check of the runner by Fernando Rodriguez. 1-1, a curveball, lines the opposite way into right field. A base hit for Tomlin. McFall will hold at third as Cody Fuller came up throwing and delivered a dart to the cutoff man, Cliff Remley. But all the same, a single for James Tomlin. And High Desert has runners on the corners and nobody out here in the bottom of the 4th.
Designated hitter, number 1, Mike Gaffney.
So McFall at third, Tomlin at first, and here's Mike Gaffney, the DH. Quakes 3 and the Mavericks 3 here in the bottom of the 4th. Gaffney accounted for the first run of the game on an infield RBI single that he beat out with 2 away in the bottom of the 2nd. For Gaffney, it was his 12th RBI of the year. Tossed over to first, and back in safely was Tomlin. Freddy Rodriguez steps off. Mike Gaffney was in High Desert last year, hit .299 for the Mavericks. Fastball down low, and it's 1-0. No homers, 8 RBIs, and 134 at-bats for Gaffney last year. Former 13th round pick out of prestigious New York Tech back in 2003. Off over to first, and back in safely is Tomlin. You think New York Tech ever gets overshadowed by New York University? I would just guess that they do. I've never heard of New York Tech. Fastball upstairs, and it's 2-0. The great thing about baseball, though, especially minor league baseball, you talking about, 30 big league teams. 2-0. That one down low as Gaffney checked his swing, and it's 3-0. 30 big league teams, at least 6 minor league teams for every club. It's 180 minor league teams, 25 to 30 guys on every roster. Then you've got the independent leagues. You've got guys that are in extended. You've got the training centers in the Dominican and Venezuela. Now you're talking about a bunch of ball players that you need just to fill all the open slots. Fastball strike to the knees as Gaffney was taken all the way, and it's 3-1. So that's how you can find a guy out of a program that's not exactly a powerhouse at New York Tech, like the Royals found Mike Gaffney. 3-1. Grounded foul off the top of the Mavericks dugout on the third base side and into the seats. And count 3-2. We are tied at 3 here in the bottom of the 4th. Brian McFall is at third base. James Tomlin is at first with nobody out for High Desert. Quakes have the middle infield back at double play down. Fernando Rodriguez working to Mike Gaffney, right-hander against right-hander. Rodriguez toss over to first, and Tomlin dives back in. From the stretch, 3-2 with Tomlin on the move. Bouncing ball to Leahy at second. Only play is to first, and he'll get the out. That ball almost hit James Tomlin, but he managed to avoid it. McFall comes in to score, and High Desert retakes the lead at 4-3. Give Gaffney his second RBI of the night. He's up to 14 now. up to 13 now. As he gets the RBI on the 4-3 ground out. McFall comes in to score. Tomlin goes to second. And now back to the top of the order with Irving Falu. First pitch, fastball down low. It's 1-0. Now, we were talking about Mike Gaffney playing his college ball at New York Tech before getting picked up in the 03 draft. And I think that's something that makes baseball pretty much unique to the four major sports. Fastball on the inside corner to Irving Falu, and it's 1-1. Is that, now imagine you were, watching the NFL draft, and there's a prospect there from New York Tech. And he wouldn't even get drafted. Because everybody would say, oh, well, look at the level of competition. Foul back. And it's 1-2. And, and to get drafted in the 13th round when there are 50 rounds in the Major League draft, that's basically like being picked in the third in football. You're a first-day draft pick, if you want to make that comparison. But in the NFL, a guy like Gaffney who played at a small school, that obviously isn't in a BCS conference, would get pigeonholed into being, too this or too that, too short, too slow, too weak, whatever you want to say. Fastball low from Rodriguez, and it's even at 2-2. But baseball, it's a different animal. Take a guy from New York Tech, you can take a guy from USC, and you throw them out there on the field and you let it compete, and you at least put them on equal footing. This one in the air off the bat of Irving Falu, sinking fast, and it'll drop in center field. Racing around third is James Tomlin. He'll score standing up, an RBI single for Falu. And High Desert now leads at 5-3. Irving Falu with his second hit, and Eric Bennett, the Quakes pitching coach, going to go out for a talk with Fernando Rodriguez.
We have sort of a problem here. Put your hands up in the air. Put your hands up in the air.
Quakes down 5-3 here in the bottom of the fourth. 1 in the second, 2 in the third, and 2 thus far here in the fourth for the Mavericks. Quakes did all their scoring on the 3-run homer by Freddy Sandoval in the top of the third. Now here's Wilbur Perez, who tied this game back in the third inning with a 2-run homer. He's in from the right side. Right-hander against right-hander. With Falu going on the first pitch, thrown out to second, way off line, and only a great diving stop by Ryan Leahy prevents that ball from going into center field. Leahy had to really lay out for that one. His momentum was going to his right towards the second base bag. Then he had to slam on the brakes and catapult himself back to the left, and he was completely parallel to the ground as he brought in a wildly offline throw from Tim Duff. The stolen base for Irving Falu, his 16th of the year. Falu, 16 out of 22 now. Moves himself into scoring position. There's still only 1 out here in the bottom of the fourth. There is action in the Quakes bullpen. I'm going to figure out who that is. And now Irving Falu taking off from second. Throw down to third by Tim Duff is not in time. Falu with stolen bases on back-to-back pitches. Numbers 16 and 17 for Falu here in the bottom of the fourth. Now he's at third. And the count 1-1 on Wilbur Perez. And that will force the Quakes' hand as they will have to bring the infield in. Try to prevent a run on a ground ball. Curveball low and away. And it's 2-1 on Wilbur Perez. I'll tell you, one of my favorite memories from baseball is seeing Paul Molitor steal 3 bases in an inning. Been fought off into center field. LeBlanc will make the catch. Tagging from third, Irving Falu. Throw to the plate, just a hair late. As Perez gets a sacrifice fly, and High Desert goes up 6-3. Wilbur Perez has 3 RBIs tonight. That's his 22nd of the year. That's his second sacrifice fly. And now the bases are empty for Geraldo Valentin. The fastball came up and in, and it's 1-0. Valentin 0 for 2. He has struck out and grounded to short. That one came inside as well, and that one did just barely graze Geraldo Valentin. Valentin hit by the pitch. And that keeps the inning going for Rusty Brown. But yeah, I remember that very clearly. When Paul Molitor singled, I was sitting in County Stadium with my dad. And Paul Molitor singled, stole second, stole third, and then stole home. I remember that very clearly. I was probably, 8 or 9 maybe. I remember that. Toss over to first, and Valentin's back standing up. I remember the first time I ever saw a grand slam. Rob Deere hit it. Good name from the 80s, Rob Deere. Brewers were playing the Tigers. That was probably even before the formation of the AL Central. Fastball inside to Rusty Brown. It's 1-0. I think that was back in the old AL East days. And first base was open, and Sparky Anderson, the manager for the Tigers, intentionally walked whoever was hitting in front of Rob Deere to load the bases and get to Deere. And Deere hit a grand slam. Jumped up and down for that one. Fastball downstairs. It's 2-0 on Rusty Brown. Then there was the time I took my mom to opening day. And Mike Matheny hit a grand slam. And he hit it literally 2 pitches after my mom looked at me and said, wouldn't a home run be nice here? 2 pitches later, grand slam. 2-0. Low and outside. 3-0. The count on Rusty Brown. It's been a struggle for Fernando Rodriguez. Quakes down 6-3 here in the bottom of the 4th. And the 3-0 down and away. That's ball 4. And that is the 4th walk given up by Fernando Rodriguez. And Bobby Mitchell walking towards the top step of the dugout. Now we'll exit the dugout, and we're going to have ourselves a pitching change. Fernando Rodriguez ties the season high with 4 walks. He also hit a batter and has given up 8 hits in the 3 2/3 that he works. And he will leave responsible for runners at first and second as the Quakes will make a pitching change here in the bottom of the 4th. Fans, we'll go ahead and step aside for 60 seconds. Come back, tell you all about the new pitcher when we return. Bottom of the 4th, Quakes are trailing 6-3. We'll be back in a minute and see how it all works out. You're listening to the Quakes Radio Network.
Fans, for all your real estate needs, call Century 21 Excellence of Rancho Cucamonga at 909-373-1768. Whether you're buying, selling, or refinancing, call on the name you can trust. Century 21 Excellence of Rancho Cucamonga, partners in our community. With multiple offices to serve the Los Angeles, San Bernardino, Riverside, and Orange County areas, they can help you whether you're buying, selling, or refinancing. That's Century 21 Excellence of Rancho Cucamonga, partners in our community. Call them at 909-373-1768. Again, 909-373-1768.
Sportswear in Downey. SoCal Sportswear is the official provider for the LA Sparks and for Long Beach State as well. Your high school or college will enjoy all-star workmanship at all-star prices. Call 562-923-0909. That's 562-923-0909. SoCal Sportswear in Downey will put your name or logo on any type of hat, visor, tank, T-shirt, short, jacket, you name it. SoCal Sportswear in Downey. When you want it done right the first time, 562-923-0909.
It's the bottom of the fourth here in Adelanto. And the Quakes trailing 6-3. I'm sorry, John Rosen in the booth next to me, the voice of the Mavericks, just caught me at the wrong time right there, making faces at me as I'm trying to come back onto the air. Nothing like having a big glass window here in the press box. I mean, it's nice having your own booth, but trust me, there are a lot of shenanigans, a lot of peanut shells thrown back and forth between the two booths, trying to work the windows. As Rafael Cruz Chavez is on for the Quakes here in the bottom of the fourth. First man he'll face is Tommy Duenas. And it's a fastball strike for make the count 0-1. Right-hander against right-hander. Cruz Chavez inheriting a couple of runners. He's got Valentin at second and Brown at first. Both the responsibility of Fernando Rodriguez, so can't close the book yet on Fernie. But let's tell you about Rafael Cruz Chavez, 6'2", 175-pound native of Veracruz, Mexico. Signed as a free agent back in 2002. Working immediately from the stretch, hand set below the belt. Couple of looks back to second, and the 0-1 hit hard. Nice diving backhand stop by Sean Rodriguez to second, and they do not get the out at second base. Brown able to beat it out. Nothing more that Sean Rodriguez could do on that play. Went a long way to his right, made a diving stop, made the throw to second, and Brown just beat it out. So an infield hit for Tommy Duenas. It's the second time he has reached on an infield hit to short. And now the bases are full of Mavericks for Juan Senrizo. And High Desert has batted around here in the bottom of the fourth. Senrizo calls time and steps out. Rafael Cruz Chavez, impressive in his only previous outing for the Quakes. That was back on Thursday night through 2 shutout innings with a hit and a strikeout. First offering, fastball down low. And it's 1-0. Juan Senrizo is 0 for 2. He has line to center. And then bounced into a 4-6-3 double play to end the third. Here in the fourth, there are 2 outs. But 3 runs have already scored for High Desert. And they've got 3 more men on the bases. Quakes down 6-3. And it's pretty imperative that Cruz Chavez keeps it a 3-run game right here. The 1-0. Bouncing ball, foul back to the screen. And the count evens at 1-1. Juan Senrizo hitting just .235. But he is the Mavericks team leader with a dozen home runs. And he also has 39 RBIs. And remember, last night Senrizo had 3 hits and drove in 5. Right-hander against right-hander, the 1-1. On the ground, handled by Sandoval at third. It'll flip to second, and Leahy will step on the bag to force out Tommy Duenas. And that will end things for the Mavericks here in the bottom of the fourth. As Senrizo hits into a fielder's choice, and Duenas out on the play, 5-4. But High Desert bats around. They send 9 men to the plate and pick up 3 runs on 3 hits. Mike Gaffney had an RBI single. Irving Falu an RBI single. Gaffney had an RBI groundout. Falu an RBI single. And Perez a sac fly. 3 runs, 3 hits. They were helped by 2 walks and a hit batter. No Quakes errors. And 3 runners are left To the fifth we go. High Desert doubling up the Quakes 6-3.
Summer won't last forever, sports fans. Don't wait for the weather to take a turn before replacing or repairing your gutters. Now's the best time to call Pacific Rain Gutter. Our gutters are custom made for your home or office and come in a variety of colors. Whether it's installation, cleaning, or repairs throughout the Inland Empire, call 1-800-926-2049. Mention the Quakes for $25 off any installation. Pacific Rain Gutter, family owned and operated since 1990. Find us online at pacificraingutters.com.
Great moments in Laughlin history. Jeff from Barstow tries out his new camera phone.
Hey, Jeff sending pictures from Laughlin.
Looks like you rented a jet ski.
Cool. Nice floating by a pontoon boat.
Are there girls on there?
Yeah, those are girls.
Are they hot?
Yeah, and they're really tan. I think he's in a casino now.
Are the girls with him?
They're blowing on his dice. Nice, he won.
Good. He owes me money.
They're in a nightclub now.
Whoa.
Knee-deep in females.
That never happens when we're with them.
Hello?
Hey, man, you guys should come down here. Hey, baby.
Jeff says hello.
Uh-huh.
I hate Jeff.
Laughlin, Nevada. Founded on fun.
I don't want to know what that is.
For information, call 1-800-4-LAUGHLIN or go to visitlaughlin.com.
Top of the fifth, heart of the order due up for the Quakes. Rancho Cucamonga trailing 6-3 to High Desert. Fans want to remind you, Quakes baseball brought to you in part by Round Table Pizza of Rancho Cucamonga. Bring in your Quakes ticket stub and get yourself a large one-topping pizza for just $10.99 plus tax. Visit Round Table Pizza at 7201 Archibald Avenue or give them a call at 980-8040 for delivery. And Sandoval goes after the first pitch and pops it foul over the screen back behind home plate and into the seats. And the count 0-1. Sandoval, Johnson, and Remley 3, 4, and 5 against the lefty Danny Christensen here in the fifth. Curveball outside, and we're even up at 1-1. Sandoval 1 for 2 tonight has one hit, a 3-run homer back in the fourth. Counted for all the scoring for the Quakes. Lines this one foul down the right field side, and it's 1-2. It was Sandoval's fourth home run of the year, and all 4 of his home runs have come against High Desert this season. Sandoval also now with 16 of his 26 RBIs coming against High Desert pitching. There's a ground ball up the middle, handled by the shortstop Wilver Perez. Strong throw to first, gets Freddy Sandoval. 4-3 the scoring right there, and that's out number 1 here in the top of the fifth.
Designated hitter, number 22, Ben Johnson.
So Ben Johnson coming to the plate now. BJ 1 for 2, had a hustle double back in the second and then struck out in the third. Curveball, there's a strike, and is 0-1. Fastball low and outside. And the count evens up at 1-1. Ben Johnson hitting .241. 6 home runs and 26 runs batted in. Curveball outside there, 2 balls and a strike. Johnson from Bellevue, Washington. This one high and deep out towards left field. He hit it a ton. Tomlin going to turn and watch it. I swing hard. A solo bomb for Ben Johnson as he takes the momentum back. And the Quakes now trailing 6-4. Johnson turned on that one and hammered it. Home run number 7 for Benny Boy. And his 27th run batted in. And that was mashed off the bat of Ben Johnson. And just like that, Quakes take a little bit of momentum back. Down by only a pair now as Remley looks at the ball, and it's 1-0. Let's not forget the job that Rafael Cruz Chavez did. Coming on in the bottom of the fourth. Fastball outside to Remley. 2 balls and no strikes. Came in, inherited a couple of runners. Gave up an infield single, but kept it a 3-run game. Got that final out there in the fourth. It's a strike, and it's 2-1. If Cruz Chavez gives up a hit, and High Desert, instead of being up 6-3, goes up maybe 8-3 or 9-3. Well, now that home run doesn't mean as much, but now the Quakes only down 2. Fastball outside to Remley, and it's 3-1. Remley walked his last time up, just barely gets a strike called on him there. As Christensen got a big outside corner, and the count goes full 3-2. Left-handed pitcher, left-handed batter. Duenas with an outside target. This one swung on and fouled back by Cliff Remley. We'll do it again. Remo hitting .290. Tonight, his 64th game of the year. Opening day first baseman for the Quakes. 3-2. Ground ball slowly hit up the middle. Backhanded by Wilver Perez. Throw to first. Not in time. Cliff Remley beats it out for an infield hit. And now the Quakes will bring the tying run to the plate here in the top of the fifth. And look who it is, Drew Toussaint, who has hit 6 of his 10 home runs this season against High Desert pitching. The question is, will he get to do it against Danny Christensen? And I don't believe he will. Jeff Carter, the High Desert manager, is coming out of the dugout, has not signaled to the bullpen yet. He will give the relief pitcher getting loose every opportunity to make his warm-up tosses in the bullpen. Trying to figure out who that is, but just am not on the right angle. But it doesn't matter because Jeff Carter is going to leave Danny Christensen in here. So even with a right-hander getting loose in the bullpen and a right-handed batter coming to the plate in the form of Drew Toussaint, Jeff Carter will leave Danny Christensen, the left-hander, in the game. Christensen has given up 13 home runs this year. That is by far the most on the Mavericks staff. First offering to Toussaint. Fastball down low. Blocked for a second by Duenas. Remley hesitated, and the throw to second was in time, but dropped by Falu, the shortstop. So a wild pitch charge to Danny Christensen, and now Remley in scoring position. And Remley almost got himself in trouble there by hesitating. If he took off right away when that ball was in the dirt, he would have gotten there easily. But he waited to see how much of that ball Duenas got. Swinging ball fouled at the plate by Toussaint. It's 1-1. When that ball bounced behind Duenas, then he took off and tried to go to second. Like I said, if Duenas had not bounced that throw into second, if he had elevated it a little bit, they would have had Remley because of that little bit of hesitation away from first. But the Quakes catch a break. Remo in scoring position, 1-1 to Toussaint, down low. And it is 2 balls and a strike. Quakes down 6-4 here in the top of the fifth. For Rancho Cucamonga, all the scoring has come on home runs. A 3-run shot by Sandoval in the third, and a solo shot by Ben Johnson here in the fifth. This one lined down the left field line. This is going to be a fair ball, and this will bring Remley around third. He's going to score standing up. Extra bases for Drew Toussaint. He'll jog into second with an easy double. And just like that, the Quakes back to within a run at 6-5. So Drew Toussaint comes through with his 13th double and his 24th run batted in. And Jeff Carter, the High Desert manager, went out to talk to Danny Christensen before that at-bat. Has a right-hander ready in the bullpen. Chose to leave Christensen in. And he gives up the double to Toussaint. And now Toussaint, the tying run in scoring position. And another right-handed hitter at the plate in the form of Ryan Leahy. Counting Ryan Leahy, the Quakes have 3 more right-handers in a row. Leahy at the plate now, then Tim Duff, then Cody Fuller, and now, as Jeff Carter, as he tends to do, waits until the last possible second. And now we'll make a move to the bullpen as he's asked to visit Danny Christensen for the second time in the inning. So Christensen works into the fifth, will leave with the lead, but will not leave in line for the victory because he cannot complete 5 innings. Faces 4 batters here in the fifth. 3 of them reach. 2 of them have come in to score, and the other, Drew Toussaint, is standing out there at second base. We've got ourselves a pitching change here in the top of the fifth. Quakes have picked up a couple of runs on the solo homer by Ben Johnson and the RBI double by Drew Toussaint. Quakes down by only a run at 6-5. And we'll tell you all about the new pitcher and see if the Quakes can even it up or maybe take the lead here in the fifth when we come back. Quakes down 6-5, but they're threatening. You're listening to the Quakes Radio Network.
You wouldn't want your favorite sports team to only play offense or only play defense. So when it comes to insurance, why settle for someone that can handle only your auto policy? Bring your home and auto insurance to Allstate now, and you can save big on both. You deserve someone that can assist you more. That's Allstate stand. Are you in good hands? Hey, sports fans, call Allstate agent William Knight at 909-987-6403 today. Subject to availability and qualifications, Allstate Insurance Company, Allstate Property and Casualty Insurance Company, and Allstate Indemnity Company, Northbrook, Illinois.
We at KWRM 1370 know that you have a choice when it comes to sports radio, and we also know that you're in the right place. By airing the local games that matter most to you, KWRM is your Orange County and Inland Empire sports leader. Whether it's professional baseball, college basketball, or high school football, no one delivers the best and exciting local play-by-play like KWRM. Check out our new website at KWRM1370am.com. That's KWRM1370am.com, and thanks for being a part of our all-star lineup.
Still the top of the fifth here in Adelanto, and the Quakes trying to battle back from what had been a 3-run deficit. They were down 6-3 coming into this fifth inning, but they've gotten a pair of runs, and Toussaint the tying run at second as Ryan Leahy stands in against the new right-hander Jared Plummer, who misses low and away with a fastball, and it's 1-0. Jared Plummer from Dallas, Texas, attended South Garland High School, 6'5", 200 pounds. Fastball now to strike the knees on Leahy, and it's 1-1. Plummer began his career in the Dodgers organization, signed as a free agent by the Royals prior to this season. Comes in, works from the stretch. Right-hander against right-hander. A 1-1 to Ryan Leahy. Slider down and away, 2 balls and a strike. Jared Plummer, 8-2, 1 save, and a .555 earned run average. Well, the Royals will stick with him because he's got a power arm. 59 strikeouts in 48 2/3. This one's off the end of the bat. Broken bat, handled by Brown at first base, and the little underhanded flip to Plummer is in time to get Leahy at first. 3-1 the scoring right there, as Brown had to go to his right to make the play. Actually bobbled that ball a little bit, but recovered in time to lead Jared Plummer to the bag for the out. So Toussaint goes to third, 2 away now. Tying run 90 feet away, and let's see if Tim Duff can come through. Duffy singled his last time up. He's 1 for 2. First pitch, fastball, a little bit low, and it's 1-0. Jared Plummer, 59 strikeouts, only 13 walks. But yet opponents, again, hitting .297 against him, and the ERA north of 5.5. Fastball strike at the knees on Tim Duff, and it's 1-1. Line scores almost identical. Quakes 5 runs, 8 hits, and no errors. High Desert 6 runs, 9 hits, and no errors. So 1 more run, 1 more hit for the Mavericks thus far. 1-1 to Duff. Popped it up. This will get into the seats on the first base side. Well out of play as Rusty Brown was over to give it a look, but that's about 20 rows deep. And the count 1-2 on Duff. Ben Johnson homered earlier this inning to make it a 6-4 game. Then Toussaint scored Cliff readily on an RBI double to make it 6-5. Now the Quakes trying to bring home Toussaint and even up the scores. Instead of swinging a miss by Duff on a fastball. And that is strike 3. First strikeout for Jared Plummer. And that's how the top of the 5th inning will end for the Quakes. But they retake some of the momentum, and they get 2 runs on 3 hits here in the top of the 5th. That's what you like to see. Johnson with a solo home run, his 7th bomb of the year, and then the RBI double by Drew Toussaint as he continues to terrorize Mavericks pitching. 2 runs, 3 hits, no errors, and a runner left. We are halfway through. To the bottom of the 5th we go. Quakes trailing the Mavericks 6-5.
Summer won't last forever, sports fans. Don't wait for the weather to take a turn before replacing or repairing your gutters. Now's the best time to call Pacific Rain Gutter. Our gutters are custom made for your home or office and come in a variety of colors. Whether it's installation, cleaning, or repairs throughout the Inland Empire, call 1-800-926-2049. Mention the Quakes for $25 off any installation. Pacific Rain Gutter, family owned and operated since 1990. Find us online at pacificraingutters.com.
One of the most common types of pollution from businesses is contaminated water runoff, which carries oil, grease, or other chemicals that drip or spill onto the ground into the street. This water continues through our communities untreated until it reaches the Santa Ana River and eventually the ocean. Contaminated runoff from your business is a violation of local laws for which you could pay a fine. So please, sweep outside areas and put the debris in the trash. Never hose them down or sweep into the curb or storm drain. Make sure dumpsters have lids to reduce blow-away litter, and call your trash hauler to replace your dumpster if it leaks. Empty mop water and other dirty water into a mop sink or floor drain. Do not illegally dump the water outside. Use non-toxic cleaning products whenever possible. Dispose of all toxics such as pesticides and cleaning products through a hazardous waste hauler. These items are too toxic to trash. And obtain spill containment and cleanup kits for your business. For more information about stormwater pollution prevention, please call 800-CLEANUP or the City of Rancho Cucamonga at 909-477-2740 extension 4060.
Bottom of the 5th and bottom 3rd of the order due up for the High Desert Mavericks. Mavs leading the Quakes 6-5 here in the bottom of the 5th as Rafael Cruz Chavez will begin his first full inning of relief after getting the final out in the 4th. Here in the 5th, McFall, Tomlin, and Gaffney 7, 8, and 9 for the Mavericks. So they batted around and scored 3 runs in the 4th. Fastball down low from Rafael Cruz, and the count 1-0. McFall with a double, a walk, and a run scored. This one swung on and fouled back over the roof and out of play. And the count is even now at 1-1. What about some big league scores, folks? Parent Club trying to come back on Arizona. The ball game's still going on. This one line into left center field. That's going to be extra bases for Brian McFall. This will probably be his second double of the night. He's at second. He will hold there. Leadoff double for Brian McFall, and High Desert has gotten the leadoff man on in all 5 innings. 4 times against the starter, Fernie Rodriguez. And now here against Rafael Cruz in the 5th. McFall's second double. He's got 17 on the year. That ties him with Ed Lucas and Mike Stodolka for the team lead. So McFall at second. And here's the left fielder, James Tomlin, who has singled, scored, and struck out. Showing bunt, tried to get it down and missed it. And it's 0-1. Angels in Arizona. Hey, the Angels just tied it. Got 4 in the top of the 7th. It's a brand new ball game for the Halos, as they're tied with the Arizona Diamondbacks 4-4 out in the desert in the top of the 7th. What a boy, Parent Club. 0-1. Fastball down and away. It's a ball and a strike. Angels 33-40. Tell you what, they've been playing better as of late. You know, they've got a chance to get right back around that 500 mark by the big league All-Star break. take a look at the standings. Again, let me express my love for wireless internet up here in the press box. See what the standings are in the AL West. Angels are only 6.5 back right now, and they're 7 games under 500. As Tomlin lines this one into right field, he'll drop in front of Cody Fuller. He'll get it back to the infield quickly, but it's still an opposite field base hit for James Tomlin, his second hit of the night. And don't look now, but High Desert has runners at the corners and nobody out here in the bottom of the 5th. So, yeah, nothing wrong with where the Angels are at. Well, starting to pick it up a little bit. They started really poorly. So they're starting to pick it up. All right. Hey, that AL West is wide open. Oakland's 40-34. Again, Angels are only trying to make up 6.5 games, and you'll still have 3 months to do it. That's plenty of time. So they are tied with Arizona, 4-all in the top of the 7th. I guess in Chase Field. It's not Bank One Ballpark anymore. Here's a chopper over the head of Freddy Sandoval. He misplayed it. Rodriguez bare-handed to keep it on the infield. But with McFall coming home on contact, he'll come in to score. And High Desert goes up 7-5. That's a gift RBI single for Mike Gaffney, who gets his 3rd RBI of the night. 2 infield hits and an RBI ground out for Gaffney tonight. Sandoval was cheating in and just had that ball kick over his head. So McFall scores. Tomlin goes to second. And Mike Gaffney picks up his 14th RBI of the year. So first 3 men have reached for High Desert here in the bottom of the 5th. And now back to the top of the order with Irving Falu. He's reached base 3 times. A single, a double, a walk, and 2 runs scored. Trying to bunt the runners over. Instead fouls it off into the Mavericks dugout on the third base side, and it's 0-1. Other ball games in progress. Seattle leading San Diego 6-2. That ball game is in the 7th at Petco Park. And the Dodgers leading Pittsburgh 5-0 at Chavez Ravine. In that San Diego-Seattle game, ball's flying out of Petco. Raul Ibanez has a couple of home runs for Seattle. So does Kenji Jojima. I know that's not how you pronounce his last name, but I don't know how to properly do it. As Falu shows bunt, hits a high chopper to the left side. Rodriguez comes charging in, throws it away. Down the right field line it will go. Tomlin comes in to score. Gaffney goes to third. Falu goes to second. And High Desert now leads at 8-5. That's got to be a hit and an error. Because, Falu's too fast. You can't give nothing but an error on that. So I think that's what they're going to go with. Okay, hit and an error, okay. Yeah, the way that ball was hit, you can't penalize Sean Rodriguez with a 2-base throwing error right there. You got to give Falu a hit, which is what he deserves. So an infield RBI single for Falu. Excuse me, I take that back. No RBI for Falu. No RBI for Falu. Tomlin goes to third on the single. Scores on the throwing error by Sean Rodriguez. Gaffney goes to second on the single, to third on the error. And obviously Irving Falu goes to second on the error. So no RBI, but the second run comes in and the first error of the night for either club as Eric Bennett goes out for a talk with Rafael Cruz Chavez. You don't want to be negative, but honestly, in the last 10 games against High Desert, Quakes have lost all 10, and they found different ways to lose those 10 games. And look at this ball game tonight. As Quakes bring the infield in on Wilber Perez, and it's down low for ball 1. There are 5. High Desert has 12 hits. 5 of them haven't even left the infield. 1-0. This one fouled away down the right field side by Perez, and it's 1-1. You know, it's not like the Quakes are getting blown out by High Desert. They just can't get it all together against the Mavericks for some reason. And, you know, and you look at the way the season started, and the Quakes won 7 out of the first 10 against High Desert. And now the Mavericks have just done a complete 180. 1-1. Down and away, it's 2 balls and a strike. I mean, there have been games where the Quakes have had big leads and lost them. The Quakes have been down early to come back only to lose. Been down early, come back late and fall short. 2-1, down and away, backhanded by Duff. And even though it rolls away from up the first base line, the runners stay put, and the count goes to 3-1 on Wilbur Perez. Now, defense has not been great, but I mean, everything just seems to go wrong when the Quakes play High Desert. And I mean, I don't know what's changed between, you know, mid-May when the Quakes were 7-3 against the Mavericks to now here at, you know, late June. 3-1, fastball inside. But they're calling that a strike? I didn't think that was a strike. So I guess it is. No, okay, so now they're saying ball 4. So it was ball 4. Sure didn't look like a strike, but Wilbur Perez had no idea what was going on there. And that's a walk given up by Rafael Cruz Chavez. Now, and I don't want to pick on Wilbur Perez. I've never met him, but he's got to have a really bad case of ADD. I mean, that boy ain't right. I mean, that was the one. I mean, right there, he didn't know what the count was. The last time we were up here during that 4-game series to close out the first half, as Valentin is in from the right side, swing and miss. It's 0-1. If you guys remember hearing that play where there were runners, there was a runner at first, only 1 out. Guy hit a ground ball to short, and shortstop went to Perez at second. He stepped on the second base bag, didn't make a throw. And everybody thought the inning was over when there were only 2 outs. He was at the center of that one. Fastball up high, it's 1-1. But then the next night in that 15-3 loss that the Quakes suffered up here, he saw a pitch in the dirt and went from second to third on a wild pitch when High Desert was leading by 11. Wilbur Perez, I'm sure he's a nice guy, just not the sharpest tool in the shed, I don't think. So I'm fouled back, and it's 1-2.
Well, Joey Lazama and Chris Timmons.
Big spot here in the bottom of the 5th, as there is more action in the Quakes bullpen. And that should be Aaron Pullen, the right-hander, getting warmed up. Quakes down 8-5 here in the bottom of the 5th. 2 runs are already in, and the bases are loaded with nobody out for the Mavericks. A 1-2 from Rafael Cruz. High fastball, swung on and missed, and that's strike 3. Valentin strikes out swinging. And that is a big first out for Rafael Cruz Chavez here in the bottom of the 5th. Fans, we have reached the top of the 9 o'clock hour, actually just a little bit past it. Let's go ahead and step aside for station identification. You're listening to the Quakes Radio Network.
You're listening to Rob Sinclair and Quakes Baseball right here on AM 1370 KWRM, Corona, California.
So Rusty Brown, the cleanup man, in for the right side. First pitch swinging. Comes up empty on a fastball. It's 0-1. Rusty Brown has flied out, doubled, and walked tonight. Outfield straight away against him. Brown hitting .286. 8 homers, 34 RBIs. The 0-1. Swing and a miss on a curve. And it's 0-2 now. So that's the runners for you. Mike Gaffney is at third base. Irving Falu at short. Excuse me, at second. And Wilbur Perez is at first. 0-2 to Rusty Brown. Reached out as he protected the plate and fouls it back. We'll do it again at 0-2.
Joey Mazama and Chris Timmons, they report to the customer service corral to find a Mavericks employee wearing a red
Other
shirt.
big league scores that have gone final. San Francisco gets a 3-run walk-off homer by Ray Durham in the bottom of the ninth to defeat Oakland 8-7. Lost in that one, however, Barry Bonds is 11th of the year and 719th of his career. 0-2 to Rusty Brown. It's off the plate outside, 1-2, and Jim Duff will go out for a talk.
Well, Francis Arona, please report to the customer service corral on the concourse. That's Francis Arona.
This ball game, folks, I'm not going to lie to you, this ball game's dragging. We're at the 2-hour mark, and we're only in the bottom of the fifth. It's almost like the baseball gods know the All-Star break is coming up tomorrow. Know that I have yet to pack for my trip to Cabo. And just having a big laugh about it. Saying, hey, let's keep Sinclair at the ballpark for 4 hours. This one high and deep out towards left. This could be trouble. Back on the warning track. Toussaint going to have room, and he'll make the catch. Tagging from third, Mike Gaffney will score. The other two runners both move up. And Rusty Brown delivers his team-high 6th sacrifice fly of the year, as High Desert now leads it 9-5. Rusty Brown just barely missed hitting a grand slam right there. I mean, off the bat, I thought it was going to carry. And that is going to be all for Rafael Cruz Chavez. As Bobby Mitchell has come out, and we're going to have ourselves a pitching change, and I believe this will be Aaron Pullen, the right-hander. Either way, we step aside. Bottom of the fifth, High Desert has scored 3 runs, and they've still got runners at second and third with only 1 away. They lead at 9-5. We'll see what happens when we return. Quakes trailing by 4 on the Quakes Radio Network.
You wouldn't want your favorite sports team to only play offense or only play defense. So when it comes to insurance, why settle for someone that can handle only your auto policy? Bring your home and auto insurance to Allstate now, and you can save big on both. You deserve someone that can assist you more. That's Allstate stand. Are you in good hands? Hey, sports fans, call Allstate agent Chuck Benson at 626-967-0595 today. Subject to availability and qualifications, Allstate Insurance Company, Allstate Property and Casualty Insurance Company, and Allstate Indemnity Company, Northbrook, Illinois.
Tonight's game is being brought to you by SoCal Sportswear in Downey. SoCal Sportswear is the official provider for the L.A. Sparks and for Long Beach State as well. Your high school or college will enjoy all-star workmanship at all-star prices. Call 562-923-0909. That's 562-923-0909. SoCal Sportswear in Downey will put your name or logo on any type of hat, visor, tank, T-shirt, short, jacket, you name it. SoCal Sportswear in Downey. When you want it done right the first time, 562-923-0909.
So it is the right-hander Aaron Pullen here in the bottom of the fifth. Pullen comes into the ball game. The Quakes are trailing 9-5, and he'll inherit a couple of runners at second and third. Still the responsibility of Rafael Cruz Chavez. Fans, want to remind you, Quakes baseball brought to you in part by our good friends at Esther Tacos in Upland, serving authentic Mexican food 7 days a week. Esther's features tacos, burritos, quesadillas, and fajitas. Give them a call at 946-8111 for catering information, or visit Esther Tacos on the corner of Foothill and Grove in the Red Hill Shopping Center in Upland, and enter to win free Quakes tickets. First man that Aaron Pullen will face is the catcher, Tommy Duenas. Right-hander against right-hander. First pitch, fastball, outside corner from Pullen. It's 0-1. Pullen from Midland, Texas, 6'3", 200 pounds. 25-year-old right-hander who spent all of last season and the beginning of this season with the Arkansas Travelers up in Double-A there, so swinging and miss on a fastball. It's 0-2. Well, we saw Pullen for the first time back on Thursday night. Gave up the game-tying home run in the bottom of the 8th on the 3rd pitch he threw. 0-2, slider down and away. Blocked well by Tim Duff, sliding to his right. And the count 1-2. Tommy Duenas has been aboard 3 times. 2 infield singles, 2 of the 5 infield hits for High Desert tonight, plus a walk and a run scored. There's the 1-2. I'll take that back. This is Adam Donahue. So swing and a miss, and that's strike 3. I'm sorry, folks, I never caught that. Adam Donahue was pinch hitting right there and goes down swinging for the final out here in the bottom of the 5th. But High Desert gets 3 more runs on 3 more hits. RBI infield single by Mike Gaffney. A run scored on a throwing error by Rodriguez, and a sacrifice fly by Rusty Brown as well. 3 runs, 3 hits, an error, and 2 left. We're finally through 5 complete, 2 hours into the ball game. We go to the 6th. The Quakes are down 9-5.
The 2006 Rancho Cucamonga Quakes aren't always playing baseball at the Epicenter. During their downtime, you can catch them playing the official gaming console of the 2006 Quakes, Xbox 360. Xbox 360 is the most powerful video game and entertainment system out there, delivering the best games, the next generation of premier Xbox Live online gaming services, and unique digital entertainment experiences that revolve around you. Xbox 360, available now at your local retailer. Jump in at www.xbox.com for more information.
A few years ago, a small bank from Rancho Cucamonga started sending shockwaves through the banking industry. Vineyard Bank rolled through Southern California with a creative force that is changing the way we bank. We created small ripples at first, with innovative ways to move money quickly and effectively, where it would help businesses and families the most. Then our reputation grew stronger thanks to personal bankers with a can-do attitude committed to building lasting relationships. Vineyard Bank's financial performance was off the scale. A fast-growing bank with a rising stock. New, customer-friendly branches offering easy access to your money opening throughout the Southland. Online banking on our award-winning website at www.vineyardbank.com. That's Vineyard Bank. Proud to be your hometown bank. Proud to support our hometown team. For more information, please call 1-800-442-4996. That's 1-800-442-4996.
Back here in Adelanto, top of the 6th. And the Quakes trailing 9-5. Defensive change to tell you about. Adam Donahue will stay in the game and catch. And now pitching for High Desert is Luis Cota. So a new battery as Cota will come in to pitch here in the top of the 6th. And Adam Donahue will handle the catching duties for Tommy Duenas. Quakes down by 4 here in the top of the 6th. Cody Fuller leads off, swing and a miss on the fastball from Cota. And it's 0-1. Fuller to start, then back to the top of the order with Josh LeBlanc and Sean Rodriguez. As Fuller showed bunt, pulled it back. And the strike is called against him. It's 0-2. Fuller has struck out and bunted his way on. 0-2 from Cota. Fastball outside. It's 1-2. Luis Cota from Tucson, Arizona. 10th round pick back in 2003. 6'2", 200-pound right-hander. 1-2. This one lined into left field. That's a solid base hit for Cody Fuller. Leadoff single for Cody. He's got a couple of hits tonight. And the Quakes get the leadoff man on here in the top of the 6th. Luis Cota began this year in the starting rotation for High Desert. This is actually the first time he has appeared in relief for the Mavericks. But a record of 3-7 And a 7.34 ERA will do that to you. Coda has given up 59 earned runs and 72 in the third. So don't think that the Quakes are out of it with Coda on the hill. Fastball down low to LeBlanc, and it's 1-0. Coda with 61 strikeouts, but 36 walks, not even a 2-to-1 ratio of strikeouts to walks. Opponents hitting .294 against him. Fuller leads away from first. Coda from the stretch now. And the fastball down and into Josh LeBlanc. It is 2 balls and no strikes. John Rosen is dying in the booth next to me. Voice of the Mavericks. It's his birthday tonight. He's hitting the big 2-5. Told him to enjoy the quarter-century breakdown. Or quarter-century crisis. That's what it was. Fastball outside corner. It's 2-1. And poor John. I mean, it's his birthday. His friends have a party planned for him. His girlfriend is in town from Los Angeles. And this ball game is just dragging on. I mean, we started 2 hours and 11 minutes ago, and we're in the top of the 6th. And perhaps with that in mind, the strike zone from Bradley Lawhead has gotten a little bit bigger there behind home plate. As Coda gets a strike in the outside corner. Two to JB. Fastball downstairs. That's gone full 3-2 on Josh LeBlanc. Hitless in 3 tries tonight, although he has walked and scored a run that was back in the third. Outfield around towards left. 3-2 with Fuller on the move. Swung on and fouled out of the glove of the catcher, Adam Donahue. And that one looked like he got a piece of Adam Donahue on the mask as well, as he's walking out to the pitcher's mound trying to collect himself. And the trainer, Steve Guadalupe, coming out as well. Fans, don't forget, Quakes Baseball brought to you in part by Bobby Bajas in Rancho Cucamonga, offering the very best tri-tip California barbecue and Baja street food in the Inland Empire. Let Bobby Bajas cater to your family just like they cater to the Quakes press box. Bobby Bajas on the corner of Foothill and Vineyard in Rancho Cucamonga, or call them up at 989-9925. As Adam Donahue is all right, and will stay in the game. I don't know who the emergency catcher is for High Desert. Tommy Duenas started this game, then Donahue replaced him as a pinch hitter in the bottom of the 5th. So if Donahue goes out, I'm not sure who High Desert would throw back there behind the plate. Maybe Mike Gaffney? It seems pretty versatile. Quick pickoff attempt at first, and Fuller dives back in safely. Here's a chopper. Fair. Oh, no, they call that foul? What? I thought that ball was fair. Down the first base line is a chopper over the head of Rusty Brown at first. And nobody's putting up a fight, but my goodness, that ball looked fair to me. Craig Graybeck had the best look at it, and he didn't make a sound about it. So the count stays full on Josh LeBlanc. Quakes down 4 here in the top of the 6th. Pick-off attempt at first, and Fuller has to dive back in once again. Quakes down 9-5. Fuller led off this 6th inning with a single. Now he's away from first, and Josh LeBlanc lines this one into left center field. On the run, making the catch is Juan Senrizo. And Cody Fuller will have to slide back into first to avoid being doubled off. Boy, Juan Senrizo took away a hit and maybe a run for the Quakes right there with that running catch in the gap. So LeBlanc flies out to center. And Fuller has to stay at first. That's out number one here in the top of the sixth. And now here's Sean Rodriguez. Right-hander against right-hander. So just set at the belt. First pitch swinging. Rodriguez fouls it back to the backstop, and it's 0-1. How about some other big league scores? Told you about San Francisco defeating Oakland 8-7 on Ray Durham's walk-off 3-run homer. Colorado defeats Texas 11-6 as they got 6 runs in the first over there at Coors and roll from there. Todd Helton with his 7th home run. Texas got home runs from Gary Matthews Jr. and Mark Teixeira. Other finals, Boston wins it in 10 over Philadelphia on a walk-off homer by Big Papi. 0-1 to Sean Rodriguez. Downstairs, it's 1-1. David Ortiz, his 22nd home run of the year. 2-run shot in the bottom of the 10th off of Flash Gordon as the Red Sox beat the Phillies. Fastball down and away there from Cota. 2 balls and a strike. Boston also got a home run from Mike Lowell in that ball game as John Papelbon gets the win. The White Sox went to extra innings. They defeat Houston 6-5 at U.S. Cellular Field up in Chicago. Joe Creedy with his 14th home run of the year. 2-1 fouled away by Sean Rodriguez. And it is 2-2. A night after being shut out by Aaron Harang, the Cleveland Indians turn around and return the favor to Cincinnati. Final score at Jacobs Field, Cleveland 4 and Cincinnati 0 tonight. Todd Hollinsworth and Grady Sizemore both homer for the Tribe as Paul Bird gets his 6th win of the year, and Bronson Arroyo is denied in his bid for his 10th win of the season. 2-2. Fastball way outside from Luis Cota. And it is full on Sean Rodriguez. Rodriguez 1 for 3, singled and scored back in the third. Quakes down 9-5 here in the top of the sixth. 1 on and 1 out. Tossed over to first. And Fuller dives back in. The Yankees were supposed to host Florida tonight, but they got rained out. We'll make it up as part of a day-night doubleheader tomorrow. 3-2. Fuller on the move. Fastball down and away, and that's ball 4. Sean Rodriguez draws a walk. And the Quakes with a couple of base runners here in the top of the sixth.
Number 6, Freddy Sandoval.
So Cody Fuller goes to second. Rodriguez now at first. 2 on, only 1 out, and the pitching coach Steve Rancho going to come out for a talk with Luis Cota. Elsewhere in the major leagues, Toronto defeats the New York Mets 7-4. Blue Jays get 6 runs in the second. They also get a couple of home runs from Vernon Wells. And Roy Halladay works into the 8th as he improves to 9-2. B.J. Ryan gets his 21st save of the year for Toronto. What are the numbers on B.J. Ryan this year? Everybody was kind of surprised when Toronto threw a bunch of money at B.J. Ryan, but boy, you think there was money well spent. Ryan this year 1-0, 21 saves, and a .47 earned run average. Pointers are hitting 138 against B.J. Ryan this year. As the conference is over with Steve Ranko, but now the catcher Adam Donahue wants to go out and talk to Luis Cota. Baltimore got a run in the bottom of the 9th to defeat Washington 3-2. As Ramon Hernandez wins it in the bottom of the 9th after Baltimore and Washington sat through 3 hours of rain delays up at Camden Yards. First pitch to Freddy Sandoval. Swing and a miss on the fastball. It's 0-1. Sandoval batting left-handed for the first time tonight. Switch hitter went 1 for 3 while batting right-handed, including a 3-run homer back in the third. His 4th of the year. Hitting with 2 on here in the top of the 6th. Fastball downstairs, and it's a ball and a strike. Fuller at second. Rodriguez at first. Quakes down 4 with 1 away here in the top of the 6th. And a 1-1 to Sandoval. Fouled off. And it is 1-2. Detroit wins it in 10. How many extra inning games did we have tonight? Good Lord. Detroit goes to 10 innings. Can you believe the Detroit Tigers are 50-25? Yikes. I'm pretty sure they could go 0-70 the rest of the way, and Jimmy Leland would still get Manager of the Year. This one in the air, shallow left field. Tomlin racing in. He'll put on the brakes and make the catch. Sandoval flies out to left, and there are 2 gone. But Placido Polanco gets the game-winning double in the 10th inning. As the Tigers rally past the Cards, Detroit had to score 2 in the 9th just to tie that ball game and then win it in the 10th. Got home runs from Vance Wilson and Marcus Thames, and Joel Zumaya gets the win in relief. Ben Johnson at the plate now. He's also a switch hitter. He'll turn around and bat left-handed. Quakes trailing 9-5 here in the top of the 6th. 2 on and 2 out. Ben Johnson homered his last time up in the 5th, his 7th bomb of the season. First pitch, fastball upstairs, and it's 1-0. Kansas City gets a fluke win over the Brewers, as Milwaukee commits 2 errors in the 4th, and that paves the way for the Royals to score 5 times in that 4th inning. They go on to win 6-5. That's a fluke. Brewers will come back and beat them tomorrow. Swing and miss by Ben Johnson. It's 1-1. Brandon Duckworth got the win. Doug Davis took the loss. Tony Graffinino homered for Kansas City, his 4th of the year. Minnesota shuts out the Cubs 3-0 up at the Metrodome tonight. Boof Bonser, the rookie, gets his 2nd win of the year as he outduels Mark Pryor. Fastball called a strike on the outside corner. The count goes to 1-2. If ever there was a theory that the strike zone gets bigger as the game goes longer, that was evidenced by Bradley Lawhead right there. That one was down and away. Johnson had to take it for a strike. Now the 1-2, well outside, 2 balls and 2 strikes. Other final, Tampa Bay defeats Atlanta 3-2. A ball game found in Tampa tonight. Fuller still at second, Rodriguez still at first. See if Ben Johnson can come through here. 2 on, 2 out, the 2-2. Up and away, and it's gone full. Johnson with 2 hits tonight. A double and a homer. Outfield pretty much straight away on him. Ben hitting .241, 7 homers, 27 RBIs. Three-two, runners go, fastball outside, and that's ball 4. Ben Johnson draws a 2-out walk, and that will load the bases for the Quakes. And will also bring the potential tying run to the plate. And that's Cliff Remily coming to the plate. Quakes gave up 3 runs in the 4th to go down 6-2. Came right back with 2 in the 5th to cut it to a run. Now a ground ball into right field as Johnson jumps over it, and Cliff Remily comes through. Fuller is home, so Sean Rodriguez. A 2-run single on the first pitch for Cliff Remily. And the Quakes coming right back. They're down 9-7 now. 2 RBIs for Cliff Remley. 24 and 25 on the year. As Fuller and Rodriguez both score, and Ben Johnson goes to third. I think that's going to be it for Luis Cota. And indeed it is. Jeff Carter comes out, and we've got ourselves a pitching change here in the top of the 6th. Cota came on for the 6th, gets 2 outs, but also has given up 2 runs and will leave with runners on the corners. And the Quakes trying to get back into this one, trail 9-7. Pitching change here in the 6th. It's been a wild one so far, folks. We'll step aside for 1 minute and see if the Quakes can inch ever closer here in the 6th. Trailing 9-7, you're listening to the Quakes Radio Network.
Pure energy.
Sheer excitement.
Sky Sailing at the Warner Springs Airport offers you the chance to enjoy the grace, freedom, and joy of soaring.
Sky Sailing offers rides for 1 or 2 passengers in a sailplane.
Mention this radio station and get 15% off a 40-minute ride.
Give that someone special a flight ticket or treat yourself to the panoramic view of the backcountry in a sailplane.
Call Sky Sailing at 760-782-0404. That's 760-782-0404.
Open 9 to 5 every day.
For more information, go to www.skysailing.com.
We at KWRM 1370 know that you have a choice when it comes to sports radio, and we also know that you're in the right place. By airing the local games that matter most to you, KWRM is your Orange County and Inland Empire sports leader. Whether it's professional baseball, college basketball, or high school football, no one delivers the best in exciting local play-by-play like KWRM. Check out our new website at KWRM1370am.com. That's KWRM1370am.com, and thanks for being a part of our all-star lineup.
It is the right-hander Greg Atencio who has come on for the Mavericks here in the top of the 6th. Inherits a couple of runners aboard. On the man at the plate, Drew Toussaint, is a potential go-ahead run for the Quakes. Atencio immediately from the stretch. Fastball outside to Drew Toussaint. And the count 1-0. Quakes down 9-7 here in the top of the 6th. 2 runs are in. They've got Ben Johnson at third. Cliff Remley is at first as the potential tying run. 1-0 to Toussaint. Fastball down and away. 2 balls and no strikes. Toussaint tonight 1 for 3. Had an RBI double his last time up in the 5th. So we'll tell you about Greg Atencio, a right-hander from Albuquerque, New Mexico. 10th round pick out of Lamar Community College in 2002. Atencio goes 6'2" and 190 pounds. Made a little toss over to first, and Remley was back easily. 2-0 to Drew Toussaint. Popped up first base side, trying to get out of play. And with Rusty Brown over to give it a look, that one will get onto the grassy berm area past the reserved seats down the right field side. The count goes to 2-1. Greg Atencio, 2 wins, no losses, and a .563 earned run average this year. That is in 6 ball games since coming back down from Double-A. Nothing really eye-popping about the numbers from Greg Atencio. Opponents hitting .250 against him. 2-1 to Toussaint. Ripped lookout into the picnic area down the left field side, and a couple of ushers are going to go chasing after that one to make sure that everybody is okay over there. That ball got into the seats in a hurry. And hopefully everybody is all right over there. Count is even at 2-2. Quakes down 9-7 here in the top of the 6th. 2-2 to Toussaint, down low. And it is full on DT. This means Cliff Remley will be going from first. He's the potential tying run with Johnson at third. Payoff pitch home, swung and a miss. And that is strike 3. If Toussaint lets it go, it probably would have been ball 4, low and away. But he chased the fastball. Atencio strikes him out. And that does it for the Quakes here in the top of the 6th. First strikeout for Greg Atencio. But Rancho Cucamonga keeps fighting. Give up 3 in the bottom of the 5th. try to cut into it with 2 here in the top of the 6th. 2 runs on 2 hits, both runs scoring on the 2-run single by Cliff Reveille. No High Desert errors. 2 runners are left. To the bottom of the 6th we go. High Desert 9 and the Quakes 7.
In baseball, it's good to have a player that can do it all. The same is true in business. If you're searching for business telephone systems, voice data cabling, and network services, Accent Computer Solutions Incorporated is the player who can do it all for you. Accent Computer Solutions has been providing state-of-the-art technology to businesses since 1987. They even offer 24-hour service. So call 481-4368 and put Team Accent to work for you. You can also log on to teamaccent.com.
Accent Computer Solutions Incorporated. We can handle it.
Faucets leaking, termites feasting, fishing, tackle, paints and spackle, tubs, jacuzzis, tapes and movies, everything from A to Z. Tile and lumber, tons of plumbers, elevators, coffee makers, radiators, party favors. Take a look and you'll see. Let your fingers walk into the book, not the other book. Fences, gates, inline skates, artists, posers, florists, grocers, water coolers, bakers, jewelers, everything from A to Z. Duct tape, landscape, sit-down mowers, dentists, false teeth, uppers, lowers, wholesale, retail, bomb mail, white whale. Take a look and you'll see. Let your fingers walk into the book. Let your fingers walk into the book, not the other book.
To place your ad at people's fingertips, call 1-800-YB-YELLOW. Yellow Book, not the other book.
Quakes down 9-7 here in the bottom of the 6th, and Juan Senrizo will lead it off for the Mavericks. Right-hander against right-hander with Aaron Pullen on the hill. First pitch swinging, a grounder to Ryan Leahy at second. Picks, throws, got him. Score that one 4-3, and there you go, John Rose, a happy birthday. 1 pitch, 1 out. That's what Rosie wants right now. Voice of the Mavericks, celebrating his 25th birthday, and again, this ball game has taken roughly 2.5 hours to get through 5.5 innings. And Rosen sitting there, visualizing all of his friends leaving his party before he can even get there. So I'll try to speed it up for John Rosen a little bit. Brian McFall not doing his part, taking a strike right there. And it's 0-1. McFall's been aboard all 3 times he's been to the plate. 2 doubles, a walk, and 2 runs scored. Swing and a miss on a changeup from Aaron Pullen right there, and it's 0-2. Pullen works exclusively from the stretch. 0-2 to McFall. A little tapper foul over towards the Quakes dugout on the first base side. And we will do it again. Los Angeles has added a couple of runs against the Pittsburgh Pirates, so the Dodgers now lead the Buccos 7-0. They're in the top of the 9th in Chavez Ravine. Seattle trying to hold off San Diego. Mariners leading the Padres 7-4 down at Petco in the top of the 9th there. And they've gone to the bottom of the 9th in Arizona with the parent club, Los Angeles Angels of Anaheim, trying to keep it tied and push the ball game to extra innings. They're tied at 4 in the bottom of the 9th. 0-2, high and away to Brian McFall. Had to get a new bat. Count 1-2. There's a slider swung on and missed, and that is strike 3. Tim Duff will tag out Brian McFall to complete the strikeout. Second strikeout of the night for Aaron Pullen. And there are 2 away here in the bottom of the 6th. There has not been a 1-2-3 inning in this ball game since the Quakes went in order in the top of the 1st. Since then, everybody's been getting base runners and scoring runs. The teams have combined for 16 runs and 23 hits so far. Quakes down 9-7 here in the bottom of the 6th. Fastball high and away from Pullen is 1-0. Let's see, in that ball game in Arizona, Scott Shields has come on to try to keep it a tie game. Gave up a leadoff single to Tony Clark. And then Craig Counsell put down a sacrifice bunt to move pinch runner Damian Easley to second. 1-0 to Tomlin. In the air, shallow right field. Coming in and not making the catch is Cody Fuller as he drops it. And I think that's got to be an error on Cody Fuller. He was just misreading that ball off the bat and dropped the ball out there in right field. And I can't speak for Cody Fuller, but I'm going to float a theory out there. I haven't heard players complaining about this at this particular ballpark, but with that ball not being hit overly high and just kind of staying on the same plane for quite a while as it went out to Cody Fuller out there in right field, as Gaffney looks at a ball down low and it's 1-0. I'm wondering if that ball didn't just get hung up in the lights and Fuller wasn't able to track it all the way. Toss over to first and Tomlin dives back in, because it looked like Cody was really battling out there, trying to see where that ball was. And I've got to imagine that it maybe played a role. 1-0. This one in the air, shallow center field, and this is going to be trouble. It'll drop for Mike Gaffney. A little bloop single as Tomlin goes to third. And somehow, some way, Mike Gaffney has 3 hits tonight. 2 never left the infield, and this one barely made it over the head of Sean Rodriguez. And just like that, Aaron Pullen is working with guys on the corners and nobody out, and Eric Bennett, the pitching coach, coming out for a quick talk with him. Quakes down 9-7 here in the bottom of the 6th. Quakes got 3 in the 3rd, 2 in the 5th, 2 in the 6th. High Desert 1 in the 2nd, 2 in the 3rd, 3 in the 4th, and 3 in the 5th. Quakes led this ball game 3-1 going into the bottom of the 3rd. High Desert tied it on a 2-run homer by Wilbur Perez. Took the lead with 3 in the bottom of the 4th, and the Quakes have been playing catch-up ever since. But to their credit, Rancho Cucamonga has not allowed this ball game to get out of hand. Give up 3 in the 4th to High Desert, get 2 back in the 5th. Give up 3 in the bottom of the 5th, get 2 back in the top of the 6th. And now trying to keep High Desert off the board here in the bottom of the 6th. As the Mavericks turn it back over to the leadoff man, Irving Falu. Switch hitter in from the left side. First offering from Aaron Pullen. Fastball down low, and it's 1-0. Scott Shields just struck out Jeff Devannon for the second out in the bottom of the 9th there in Arizona. 1-0 in the air. Slicing foul towards the left field corner, and this one will get out of play. And the count evens at 1-1 on Irving Falu. Now the Angels have just intentionally walked Luis Gonzalez with first base open. So runners at first and second for the Diamondbacks. And Scott Shields going to have to face Sean Green. 1-1. Little fly ball. Left center field. Over to make the play is Drew Toussaint. And that will do it here in the bottom of the 6th. So Aaron Pullen, despite a drop fly ball and a little bloop single, gets out of the 6th inning unharmed, stranding runners on the corners and keeping the Quakes in this one. No runs, a hit, an error, and 2 left. To the 7th we go. High Desert 9 and the Quakes 7.
Fans, for all your real estate needs, call Century 21 Excellence of Rancho Cucamonga at 909-373-1768. Whether you're buying, selling, or refinancing, call on the name you can trust. Century 21 Excellence of Rancho Cucamonga, partners in our community. With multiple offices to serve the Los Angeles, San Bernardino, Riverside, and Orange County areas, they can help you whether you're buying, selling, or refinancing. That's Century 21 Excellence of Rancho Cucamonga, partners in our community. Call them at 909-373-1768. Again, 909-373-1768.
To win a championship, a ball club relies on their veteran players. Their experience makes all the difference. At Pierce Concrete, their 30 years of experience makes them the champions to see for all your concrete work. They do it all, including cutting, breaking, sawing, and drilling. Whether it's a small or a large job, residential or commercial, you can rely on Pierce Concrete. Give them a call at 909-483-0892. That's 483-0892. Pierce Concrete. Let the wizard do it for you.
You wouldn't want your favorite sports team to only play offense or only play defense. So when it comes to insurance, why settle for someone that can handle only your auto policy? Bring your home and auto insurance to Allstate now, and you can save big on both. You deserve someone that can assist you more. That's Allstate stand. Are you in good hands? Hey, sports fans, call Allstate agent Tom Brozick at 909-393-4310 today. Subject to availability and qualifications, Allstate Insurance Company, Allstate Property and Casualty Insurance Company, and Allstate Indemnity Company, Northbrook, Illinois.
Ryan Leahy leading off the top of the 7th for the Quakes, taking the fastball outside from Greg Atencio, and it's 1-0. Leahy, Duff, and Fuller, 7, 8, and 9 here in the top of the 7th. Quakes down by a couple of runs at 9-7. Atencio comes back with a strike, and it's 1-1. Got a little drama going on over in Phoenix. Fastball outside, 2-1. Scott Shields struck out Sean Green swinging to end the 9th and push the Angels and the Diamondbacks into extra innings. And Sean Green was then ejected, and so was Arizona manager Bob Melvin. Fastball outside, and it's 3-1. Wow. So a little anger with the strike zone from home plate umpire M. Everett. I think that's Mark Everett. That one inside, and that ball 4. Ryan Leahy draws a leadoff walk. Second time Leahy has walked tonight. And let's see if the Quakes can capitalize. Rancho Cucamonga has put up a good fight in this one. Well, they've lost 10 straight games to High Desert. It's about time something turns around for them. And Atencio misses low and away for ball 1 to Tim Duff. Timmy 1 for 3 tonight with a single back in the 4th. He's also get into a fielder's choice and struck out swinging. Right-hander against right-hander. Leahy will get chased back to first with a throw from Atencio. Ryan Leahy, not much of a threat to go. He is 0 for 5 in stolen base attempts this year. One-0 to Duff. Fastball outside corner. And we're even at 1-1. Again, fans, All-Star break begins tomorrow. 4 days of sun and surf, at least for me. So I'm going to Cabo San Lucas. I've got my guidebook. I've got my Lonely Planet guidebook out here with me right now. As Duff pops this one up sky high in the infield. Foul ground. Rusty Brown wants it and has it. And that's out number 1 here in the top of the 7th. Yeah, I have not done a whole lot of research for this trip down to Cabo that I'm taking tomorrow. But honestly, what am I really going to do? I'm going to sit on the beach with a margarita, write some letters to some friends, and dunk myself an entire vat of suntan lotion because I'm a bit of a burner. Outside of that, that's all I'm doing. Cody Fuller showing bunt, pops it up, and this will get on back into the seats on 1 hop. The count goes to 0-1. Got my hotel all set up. I was checking with Singular today. I was trying to check with Singular about how much I'd be paying if I wanted to use my cell phone down there just to call people at work and torture them and say, yeah, I'm on the beach. Swing and a miss by Fuller. It's 0-2. But I have no idea. Couldn't get a hold of anybody there at Singular. And so you know what? I might not even take my cell phone with me. Just leave it at home. Not taking my laptop with me. Fastball down low to Cody Fuller. It's 1-2. Not going to check email. not going to pick up a newspaper. Just going to be me and the beach for 4 days. Completely unplugged from everything. I'm pumped. Fastball down low and past the catcher, Adam Donahue. And this wild pitch will move Ryan Leahy into scoring position up at second base.
Your attention, please. It's last call for alcohol.
Quakes down 9-7 here in the top of the 7th. Leahy at second with one away. Cody Fuller with 2 hits tonight. Bunted his way on in the 4th, then singled and scored his last time up, leading off the 6th. 2-2, down and away. And it's gone full 3-2. Right-hander against right-hander. Outfield straight away on Cody Fuller, native of Valverde, Texas. 3-2. In the air, high and pretty deep down the right field line. If it's fair, this might have a chance. It's going to get foul out of play. That ball wouldn't have quite had enough to get out of here. So it's a good thing that it did end up foul, as Brian McFall, the right fielder, was chasing after it, and we'll do it all again. Only down 2 are the Quakes. Get a run here, cut it in half. 3-2. High and deep and well fouled down the left field side this time. And the count stays full. I was talking with Ernie, the public address announcer here in High Desert before the game. I was telling him about my trip to Cabo and said that he and the family go down to Puerto Vallarta for a month every year. And said, I'm going to have a good time. And he said, are you much of a fisherman? I said, nope. Swung on and fouled off the screen and caught on the fly by Josh LeBlanc as he decides who to toss it to the 2 in the seats. And after one fan missed it, he said, hey, give it to her. Three and 2, the count on Cody Fuller. Inside out swinging. That's a fair ball inside the first base bag. Extra bases for Cody Fuller. Ryan Leahy is home. Fuller going to try to stretch this into 3. Did not break stride around second, and he'll slide in easily. An RBI triple for Cody Fuller. And the Quakes within a run at 9-8. Fuller's 3rd hit of the game. His first triple of the year. And his 16th RBI. And now the tying run, just 90 feet away for the Quakes, here in the top of the 7th. Now let's see what LeBlanc can do. Infield in for High Desert. First offering from Atencio, swinging a foul tip. It's 0-1. You get the ball on the ground, better hit it hard, or get the ball in the air. Bring Fuller in. Swing and miss on the slider by Josh LeBlanc. It's 0-2. JB tonight is 0 for 3. A couple of flyouts and a strikeout. Also walked and scored back in the 3rd. 0-2. Another slider and a swing and a miss for strike 3. Atencio strikes him out on 3 pitches. That's the 2nd strikeout of the night for Greg Atencio. And now, with 2 away, here's Sean Rodriguez with a chance to tie.
Number 3, Sean Rodriguez.
Quakes have scored the last 3 runs of this game. 2 in the 6th on the 2 RBI single by Remily. And 1 here in the 7th on Fuller's RBI triple. As Rodriguez stands in from the right side. A walk, a single, and 2 runs scored. Quakes down 9-8 here in the 7th. Fastball outside corner. It's 0-1. Quakes have not led since the top of the third inning. This ball game has not been tied since the bottom of the third inning. 0-1 to Rod. Fastball inside. 1 ball and 1 strike. Rodriguez calls time and steps out. The Angels and the D-backs have gone to the bottom of the 10th. Los Angeles unable to capitalize on a leadoff double by Vladimir Guerrero in the top of that 10th inning. Left him stranded at third. 1-1. Swing and a miss by Sean Rodriguez. And it is 1-2 now. Quakes trying to snap a 10-game losing streak at the hands of the High Desert Mavericks. Outfield straight away on Rodriguez. Still is a statue awaiting the pitch. 1-2, swung on and fouled back to the backstop. And we will do it once again. Now the 1-2 again from Atencio. Swung on and missed, and that is strike 3. Rodriguez down swinging. Back-to-back strikeouts for Atencio to end things here in the top of the 7th. And that does it for the Quakes. But Atencio walked Leahy to start the inning. Wild pitched him to second, and then Cody Fuller came through with the RBI triple to get the Quakes to within a run. 1 run, 1 hit, no errors, and Fuller left stranded at third base. Fans, you know what time it is. Get on up, stretch him out. To the bottom of the 7th we go. High Desert holding on by a run as the Quakes keep cutting away. They're down 9-8.
Hey fans, planning a backyard party, company picnic, church event, school fair, or fundraiser? Want to make it an event that they won't forget? Then call Dino Bounce Party Rental. We feature wholesome fun for all ages and have everything you need to keep your party hopping. We rent chairs, tables, jumps, barbecue grills, canopies, and more. Let our courteous professional staff help plan your next party or event. Call Dino Bounce Party Rental at 909-469-1345 or find us online at dinobounce.com.
Galliano Winery, located at 1431 Wineville Road in Mariloma, California. In business since 1927, the Galliano family's roots run deep in Cucamonga Valley's winemaking history, offering a unique array of 25 varieties, including award-winning wines as well as custom labels. The Galliano tradition continues to grow in the Inland Empire. Try the latest award-winning wines in a relaxed country atmosphere of the tasting room. Enjoy a tour of our landmark complex or relax in the beautiful picnic grounds. To reach Galliano Winery, call 909-685-5376. That's 909-685-5376. Or stop by Monday through Saturday, 9 a.m. to 6 p.m., and Sunday, 10:30 a.m. to 5 p.m.
Wilber Perez will lead it off for the High Desert Mavericks here in the bottom of the 7th. That's right, we're only in the 7th. There's been no rain delay tonight either. Going on 3 hours as Aaron Pullen misses low with a four-seamer. It's 1-0. Perez, Valentin, and Brown, 2, 3, and 4 for the Mavericks. Holding on to a 9-8 lead over Rancho Cucamonga. 1-0. Check swing. Did he go around? Yes, sir, says Bradley Lawhead, the home plate umpire. Couldn't check his swing, and it's even at 1-1. Wilber Perez tonight. A 2-run homer, a sacrifice fly, and a walk in 4 trips. Fastball low again from Pullen. 2 balls and a strike. There is action in the Quakes bullpen. Looks like Kevin Lynch beginning his warm-up toss. 2-1. In on the hands, and a slow roller to Rodriguez at short. Kicks, throws, got him. Score that one 6-3, routine for Sean Rodriguez, and that's out number 1 here in the bottom of the 7th. Fans, we have reached the exact top of the 10 o'clock hour. Let's go ahead and step aside for station identification. Remember, you're listening to the Quakes Radio Network.
You're listening to Rob Sinclair and Quakes Baseball right here on AM 1370. KWRM, Corona, California.
So, first man is gone. And here's Geraldo Valentin. A fastball up and in from Pullen, and it's 1-0. Aaron Pullen came on back in the fifth. So this is his second full inning of work. 1-0, foul back, and it's 1-1. And Aaron Pullen is the only Quakes pitcher to retire the leadoff man. In the first 5 innings, whether it was against Fernando Rodriguez or Rafael Cruz Chavez, High Desert got the leadoff man aboard. 1-1, fastball down away, 2-1. But back in the sixth, Pullen got Juan Senrizo to ground out on the first pitch, and here in the seventh, he gets Perez to ground out to short. Getting the leadoff man, that's a big chunk of the battle right there. 2-1, off the end of the bat, and rolls to the first baseman, Cliff Remily. He'll take it to the bag himself. 3 unassisted to scoring, and 3 straight outs for Aaron Pullen now. Fans, want to remind you, Quakes Baseball brought to you in part by Red Hill Barbecue of Rancho Cucamonga. Located at 8111 Foothill Boulevard on the corner of Foothill and Grove. Red Hill Barbecue is the home of the $3.99 lunch special. Give them a call at 920-0558 for catering information. Or visit Red Hill Barbecue from 11 to 9 Monday through Thursday and 11 to 10 Friday and Saturday. Swing and a miss by Rusty Brown. And the count 0-1. Quakes down 9-8 here in the bottom of the seventh. Fastball down and away and bouncing away from Tim Duff. The count evens at 1-1 on Brown. He has doubled, walked, and flied out twice, although his last fly out was a sacrifice fly, which is actually holding up as the lead run right now for High Desert. Got out in front of this one and sends it high, but not overly deep out towards left. Drew Toussaint drifting in, will put it away. And heavens to Betsy, it's a 1-2-3 inning for a Quakes pitcher. First time it's happened all night, only the second time that it's happened for either team. Quakes went in order in the first, and now High Desert for the first time goes in order here in the bottom of the seventh against Aaron Pullen. No runs, no hits, no errors, none left. Let's go to the eighth. Quakes trying to come back and tie it. They're down 9-8.
Ball players take pride in dirty uniforms after an exciting game.
Hey, dude, check out my smudgies. Wow.
When it comes to your automobile, however, it's a whole different ballgame. You take pride in your vehicle and want to keep it looking great. That's why more folks call A Bit More Mobile Detailing, because we go the extra inning to ensure your satisfaction. We come right to your home or office, and we're not finished until you're satisfied. Whether it's for your car, truck, boat, or RV, call A Bit More Mobile Detailing. Serving the Inland Empire at 1-877-A-BIT-MORE.
Great moments in Laughlin history. Jeff from Barstow tries out his new camera phone.
Hey, Jeff sending pictures from Laughlin.
Looks like you rented a jet ski.
Cool. Now he's floating by a pontoon boat.
Are there girls on there?
Yeah, those are girls.
Are they hot?
Yeah, and they're really tan. I think he's in a casino now.
Are the girls with him?
They're blowing on his dice. Nice, he won.
Good. He owes me money.
They're in a nightclub now.
Whoa.
Knee-deep in females.
That never happens when we're with them.
Hello?
Hey, man, you guys should come down here.
Hey, baby. Jeff says hello.
Uh-huh.
I hate Jeff.
Laughlin, Nevada. Founded on fun.
I don't want to know what that is.
For information, call 1-800-4-LAUGHLIN or go to visitlaughlin.com.
Top of the eighth, and the Quakes still down 9-8, but they've got the heart of the order due up. And they've scored the last 3 runs, trying to come back and tie it here in the eighth with Freddy Sandoval leading things off, showing bunt. And Greg Atencio busted him inside for ball one, and Sandoval had to bail out on that one. Freddy Sandoval and Ben Johnson and Cliff Remily. 2 switch hitters and a left-hander, which means all 3 hitters will bat left-handed against Greg Atencio here in the top of the eighth. The 1-0 to Freddy Sandoval. Full swing and a ground ball right back up the middle and through into center field. A leadoff knock for Sandy. And the Quakes get the tying run aboard here in the top of the eighth. Freddy Sandoval has 2 hits. And the Quakes in business. And here's Ben Johnson at the plate. And Ben's had a big night. 2 hits, both for extra bases, a double in the second, a solo homer in the 5th, and he drew a walk his last time up. And now the chess match begins. Do you have Johnson swing away here? He's got 2 hits. Do you have him bunt? Get the tying run into scoring position. Do you give Sandoval the green light and say, hey, steal a base for me? I mean, Sandoval's got 14 stolen bases in 18 tries. What do you call here? Well, you're going to let Johnson swing away. Swing and a miss on the fastball, and it's 0-1. And Sandoval was not moving on that one. Of course, that could all change. This is one of those situations where you kind of don't want to be in Bobby Mitchell's shoes because there are so many choices. Toss over to first. And Sandoval dives back in. Well, sometimes it's fun to be in Bobby Mitchell's shoes and sit there and kind of play along with him. Other times, and this is one of those situations you're like, hey, Skip, you're on your own. Got to make your own choices here. Bouncing ball into the Quakes dugout as Brian Ranker, the trainer, couldn't make the barehanded grab. And you'll hear about that from Nate Sutton there in the dugout. The count 0-2. All right, so now there are 2 strikes. Now you figure the bunt is out of the equation. And doubtful that you'd have a hit and run either. I think this is one of those where you let Johnson just swing away. Toss over to first, and Sandoval gets back in. You know, and certainly part of the reason is because the Quakes have scored the last 3 runs. And they do have the momentum right now, and you don't want to risk a strike him out, throw him out, double play. 0-2 to Johnson. In the air. Hit this one pretty well out towards right, but not well enough. McFall will have room in front of the warning track, and he'll make the catch, and a big slap of the hands for Ben Johnson as he walks back to the dugout. He was so slightly in front of that one. I mean, you're not even talking a tenth of a second out in front of that one. He was very close to hitting his second home run of the night, and instead flies out to the warning track in right field. And he knows he just barely missed that one. So now here's Cliff Remley. He's in from the left side. And Sandoval off and going on the first pitch. Remley hits it in the air to center field, but it'll be playable for Centerizo. And Sandoval going to have to go back to first. Hit and run was on that time, but Remley got underneath it and flies out to center, and now there are 2 gone. Quakes are down 9-8 here in the top of the 8th. Got a leadoff single from Sandoval, but now there are 2 gone. And Drew Toussaint, the man at the plate, and we'll see what DT can do. Hitting .238 on the year, hitting basically 100 points higher against the Mavericks. .333 against High Desert in 15 games. Takes the fastball on the outside corner. It's 0-1. Outfield straight away on Toussaint, who does have 10 home runs. And remember, he's the go-ahead run at the plate. Sandoval, the tying run at first. 0-1. Swing and a miss. It's 0-2 now. Toussaint has 1 hit tonight. That was an RBI double back in the 5th. High Desert determined not to give up an extra base hit here. Outfield is very deep. Do not want anything going over their head. 0-2 to Toussaint. Fastball low. And it's a ball and 2 strikes. Now remember, Atencio threw a wild pitch back in the 7th. It was his second wild pitch of the season. And like a 9 and a third innings. Basically 2 wild pitches in 10 innings, kind of the 2 outs that he's got here in the 8th. And now they've got Sandoval picked off at first, throw down to second, goes into left field, and Freddy Sandoval going to try to go to third. Here comes the throw from Tomlin. It's offline. And just like that, Freddy Sandoval is at third base. Rusty Brown took that pickoff throw from Atencio and threw it past Irving Falu, the shortstop. Threw it all the way into left field. It'll be a stolen base and a throwing error on Rusty Brown. Wow. And now the Quakes are in business. Unfortunately, there are 2 outs, but now you don't need an extra base hit. Now a little bleeder into center will do it. A wild pitch, a pass ball. Got the tying run 90 feet away, the 1-2 to Tucson, just off the plate outside. That's one of those that's almost too close to take if you drew Tucson. And Atencio, you could see in his body language, wanted that one in a bad way and didn't get the call from Bradley Lawhead, the home plate umpire. So it's 2-2 on Tucson. Donahue setting up inside. Here's a bouncing ball. Backhanded by the second baseman, Perez. Throw to first is in time. And Atencio gets out of the inning. Quakes threaten but can't convert the opportunity here in the top of the 8th. Got the leadoff single from Sandoval. Got him to third with 2 outs. But he's left stranded there. No runs, a hit, an error, and a runner left. Quakes are down by 1. They've left 6 men in scoring position. To the bottom of the 8th we go. It's High Desert 9 and Rancho Cucamonga 8.
Hey fans, Rob Sinclair here reminding you that any night is a great night to enjoy Quakes baseball. Our Monday Madness promotion gets you 2 tickets, 2 hot dogs, 2 sodas, and 2 popcorns for just $12. Come out for Weenie Wednesdays and enjoy delicious Farmer John hot dogs for just $1. And every Thursday, quench your thirst with $1 beers and sodas on Dave & Buster's Thirsty Thursday. To order Quakes tickets in person, stop by the Epicenter from 10 to 5 Monday through Friday and 10 to 2 on Saturday. You can also order by phone by calling 909-481-5252 or buy tickets online at rcquakes.com.
Ball players take pride in dirty uniforms after an exciting game.
Hey, dude, check out my smudgies. Wow.
When it comes to your automobile, however, it's a whole different ballgame. You take pride in your vehicle and want to keep it looking great. That's why more folks call A Bit More Mobile Detailing, because we go the extra inning to ensure your satisfaction. We come right to your home or office, and we're not finished until you're satisfied. Whether it's for your car, truck, boat, or RV, call A Bit More Mobile Detailing, serving the Inland Empire at 1-877-A-BIT-MORE.
You know, the goal of baseball is to get home quickly. The last thing you want to see is some player lollygagging around third when there's going to be a close play at the plate. Well, Farmer John feels the same way about ham, bacon, sausage, and hot dogs. You know, all Farmer John products are made fresh right here in the Southland. That way, they get to your home as quickly as possible. And it's a short slide into the plate. That's your plate at home. No home plate. Get fresh. Get Farmer John.
Bottom of the 8th, and the Quakes have turned it over to the right-hander, Kevin Lynch. He sidearms a changeup outside to the catcher, Adam Donahue, and it's 1-0. Quakes down 9-8 here in the bottom of the 8th. High Desert with Donahue, Senriso, and McFall, the 5, 6, and 7 hitters, due up against the sidewinder, Kevin Lynch. Right-hander against right-hander. This one on the ground to the shortstop, Sean Rodriguez. Picks, throws, got him. Routine for Sean Rodriguez on 2 hops. Score that one 6-3, and there's 1 away. Tell you about Kevin Lynch, a native of Fort Pierce, Florida, 6'2", 200 pounds. Lynch, a 26th round pick out of Florida State last year. Has had good success this year, but has struggled a little bit against High Desert. And, I'd say he struggled a little bit as Senriso stands in from the right side and looks at a strike. It's 0-1. I mean, struggling compared to what he's done against the rest of the league. I mean, you look at the numbers that Lynch has put up against High Desert, and they're still great. But he just has not had the success he had against the rest of the league. As Senriso lines this one to Leahy at second, who puts it away. So Senriso lines out, and there are 2 gone. Kevin Lynch on the against High Desert this year is 2-2 with a 3.12 ERA. Opponents hit, and the Mavericks hit .259 against them. Overall, Lynch has a 1.80 ERA, and opponents hitting just .213 against him. This one down low to Brian McFall, and it's 1-0. And both of Kevin Lynch's losses have come against High Desert, although to be fair, both of his wins have also come against High Desert. So McFall is in from the right side, 2 doubles, a walk, and 2 runs scored. Struck out his last time out, takes a changeup on the inside corner here, and it's 1-1. Looking ahead to the top of the ninth, the Quakes will have Leahy, Duff, and Fuller, the 7, 8, and 9 hitters, due up against High Desert. This one in the air, high and not overly deep out towards left center. Toussaint and LeBlanc both there. It'll be the left fielder, Drew Toussaint, who puts it away. And the Mavericks go in quick 1-2-3 fashion against Kevin Lynch here in the bottom of the 8th. Lynch needs just 7 pitches to retire the Mavericks in order. No runs, no hits, no errors, none left. Moment of truth is coming up. Quakes down to their final 3 outs, and they're down a run. To the 9th we go. Quakes going to try to tie it, and High Desert leads it 9-8.
It's your first game. You got your glove?
Yeah.
Good boy. All right, bright blue sky, beautiful green grass. You know, there's nothing better than baseball in summer.
I guess.
Hey, where's the peanut guy?
Dad, we're in the living room.
Hooked on a clear picture? Get hooked on Charter HD TV with a picture 5 times sharper than regular TV plus theater quality sound. You watch television like never before. Get local channels in high definition with no equipment to buy. Go where satellite can't. Call 1-888-GET-CHARTER and get hooked. Service not available in all areas. Prices may vary.
Pioneer Radio and Sports would like to thank the following businesses who are committed to customer service.
This Quakes broadcast is brought to you in part by Rancho Mobility Medical Equipment and Supplies, with a complete line of home health care. By Shelton's Poultry, celebrating over 80 years of being a proud American business. By Pit Stop Embroidery, Pit Stop for all your quality embroidery services. And by Accent Computer Solutions Incorporated. We can handle it.
This is Rob Sinclair, the voice of the Quakes of the Ontario Airport Marriott. If you're looking for a great place to eat, the Ontario Airport Marriott features the D Street Sports Bar and Grill, open daily from 11:30 a.m. to 1:30 a.m., the Pacific Grill for the fine diner, or stop by the 24-hour Pacific Deli. The Ontario Airport Marriott is located at 2200 East Holt Boulevard, just off the 10 freeway. The Ontario Airport Marriott, a proud sponsor of your 2006 Quakes on the radio.
It's the top of the 9th. Quakes are down 9-8. And let's see if they can tie it up against the right-handed closer, Gabe DeHoyo. My name is Rob Sinclair, along with my partners in crime, John Stouter and Joshua Stouter, back at the studios. Proud to bring this one to you on the Quakes Radio Network. Thanks for sticking around with us, folks. I know it's been a long night. See if the Quakes can save the best for last. They've scored the last 3 runs of the game, but they still trail 9-8. Here in the 9th, they've got Leahy, Duff, and Fuller, the 7, 8, and 9 hitters due up. And remember, they've still got Michael Collins on the bench, who is not in the starting lineup tonight. Leahy in for the right side. Gabe DeHoyos, the portly right-hander, will open with a fastball strike out of the stretch, and it's 0-1. DeHoyos from Artesia, New Mexico, 5'11", 225. That may have been a couple of pizzas ago. Played his college baseball at Eastern New Mexico University. DeHoyos on the year, 3-1, with 12 saves and a 2.60 earned run average. Opponents hitting just 143 against him on the year. The 0-1 to Ryan Leahy. Fastball inside corner is 0-2. But here's the thing. The last time the Quakes faced Gabe DeHoyos was back on Sunday, last Sunday. That's when the Quakes were down 7-2 going into the bottom of the 9th, scored 4 runs off of DeHoyos. They ended up losing 7-6, but they got 4 runs against this guy the last time they saw him. Leahy fights this one off. It'll go into the seat off to our right. Takes a big hop and scramble for it on the rebound, and the count's still 0-2. So the Quakes have had some success against DeHoyos. On the year, he's got 35 strikeouts in 27 2/3. 35 Ks and only 14 walks. 0-2 to Leahy. Big overhand curve, a swing and a miss, and that's strike 3. First out here in the top of the ninth. And now a pinch hitter as Nate Sutton is going to bat for Tim Duff. So Nate Sutton will come on here. And the Quakes do this to get the left-handed bat against the right-hander Gabe DeHoyos. So Sutton will pinch hit. Nate on the year hitting .248, couple of home runs and 16 RBI. If he ties the game with a home run, that would be all well and good. What the Quakes are looking is for Sutton to just get aboard. He stole 3 bases last night. He's 11 out of 14 on the year. Get aboard and then use your speed and maybe try to turn it into a double as DeHoyos backs him up with some chin music. It's 1-0. And Pat Riley, another left-handed hitter, has come into the on-deck circle for the Quakes. Quakes with 8 runs, 12 hits, and 2 errors. High Desert, 9 runs, 14 hits, and 1 error. 1-0. Fastball, strike of the knees. It's 1-1. Fastball on the outside corner. And it is 1-2 now. Outfield straightaway on Sutton, the native of Santa Cruz. 1-2 from DeHoyos. Big curveball, stayed high. John Rosen doesn't like the call, but you know what? That was high. That was high. It's not where it ends up. It ended up in the glove right in the strike zone, but when it crossed the plate, that one was upstairs. I know Rosen doesn't like the call, but come on, man. That ball was upstairs. So Sutton stays alive, 2-2. DeHoyos from the stretch. Little broken bat flare, could be trouble. Short left field, and Falu makes a running catch. Oh, man. Irving Falu takes away another hit from the Quakes. That guy has been everywhere in this series. Soft line drive out to short. There was a broken bat, and Sutton didn't quite have enough on it to get it away from Falu. So now the Quakes down to their final out here in the top of the ninth. In to pinch hit is Pat Riley. He will stand in from the left side. Riley has only pinch hit once before. He struck out in his only pinch hit appearance. First offering from DeHoyos. Swinging the ball, bounced foul over towards the Quakes dugout on the first base side. And it's 0-1. All the Quakes hanging on the top step of the dugout. Leaning over the top railing. What few Mavericks players are not in the field. They're doing the same there on the third base side. Quakes down 9-8 here in the top of the ninth. Riley, the tying run at the plate. 0-1. Curveball up and in. It's a ball and a strike. Pat Riley this year, .276 average. 5 home runs and 27 runs batted in. The 1-1. Fastball in on the hands. He bounces it over towards the first base dugout again, and it's 1-2 now. Gabe DeHoyos, it should be noted, has not allowed a home run in 27 2/3 innings this year. And Riley down in the count 1-2 cannot sit on a fastball because DeHoyos has the luxury of being able to throw some off-speed stuff and some breaking stuff. There's the 1-2. Went to the curveball and struck him out swinging. Donahue will have to throw down to first, and he does to complete the strikeout. And the Quakes fall just short in their comeback as High Desert wins their 11th straight game against the Quakes. And Bobby Mitchell and Boo today talking around home plate. That does it for the Quakes here in the top of the ninth. The Ohio strikes out a pair, and the Quakes fall just short in dropping their 11th straight game against the Mavericks, and they'll go into the All-Star break on a 5-game losing streak. Quakes in the ninth, no runs, no hits, no errors, none left. We'll set aside for 90 seconds, come back with the post-game totals, and we'll wrap things up from here at Stater Brothers Stadium in Adelanto. High Desert wins it 9-8 over Rancho Cucamonga. Back in a minute and a half on the Quakes Radio Network.
For 60 years, you've included Best Western in your family's summer vacation. To say thanks, the Best Western hotels of California, Hawaii, and Nevada are offering a limited edition $50 Best Western travel card and up to 20% off your stay with their baseball fan rate. Experience the best summer ever with the Best Western hotels of California, Hawaii, and Nevada, because when you stay any 6 nights with them through August 19th, you'll receive a $50 travel card to use toward a future Best Western stay anywhere in the world, including the 338 hotels in California, Hawaii, and Nevada. Visit them today at bestwesternbaseball.com or call 866-743-8738. And remember to book the baseball fan rates.
A few years ago, a small bank from Rancho Cucamonga started sending shockwaves through the banking industry. Vineyard Bank rolled through Southern California with a creative force that is changing the way we bank. We created small ripples at first, with innovative ways to move money quickly and effectively, where it would help businesses and families the most. Then our reputation grew stronger thanks to personal bankers with a can-do attitude committed to building lasting relationships. Vineyard Bank's financial performance was off the scale. A fast-growing bank with a rising stock. New. New, customer-friendly branches offering easy access to your money, opening throughout the Southland. Online banking on our award-winning website at www.vineyardbank.com. That's Vineyard Bank, proud to be your hometown bank, proud to support our hometown team. For more information, please call 1-800-442-4996. That's 1-800-442-4996.
Welcome back to Stater Brothers Stadium here in Adelanto as the Quakes fall to the High Desert Mavericks by a final count of 9-8 tonight. With the victory, High Desert wins its 11th in a row over the Rancho Cucamonga Quakes. That extends the team record for most consecutive losses to a single opponent for the Quakes. They lose 9-8 here tonight. High Desert improves to 4-2 in the second half with a victory. And the Mavs now 10 games over 500 overall at 43-33.
Singing God Bless America is Teresa Price with her daughter, Kitty Price.
Hang on, let's close the window here. There we go, that's better. So High Desert now 4-2 in the second half, 43-33 overall. Mavericks win it with 9 runs on 14 hits. They committed 1 error, and they left 10 men on base, 7 of them in scoring position. The Quakes, meanwhile, fall to 1-5 in the second half. After winning the first game of the second half against Lake Elsinore, they go into the All-Star break having lost 5 straight. 1-5 in the second half, 33-43 overall. Quakes finished with 8 runs on 12 hits. In a normal game against a normal team, that would be plenty for the Quakes, but against High Desert, it's a whole other story. 8 runs, 12 hits, a couple of errors, and 9 runners left aboard, 6 of them in scoring position for Rancho Cucamonga. The winner tonight for High Desert, despite going just 2/3 of an inning, is Jared Plummer. He got the final 2 outs there in the top of the 5th and retired the only 2 batters that he faced, including a strikeout of Tim Duff. And that is enough to give Jared Plummer his 9th win of the year, which ties him with the now departed Greg Smith from Lancaster for the league lead in wins. So Jared Plummer improves to 9-2 with the victory. Taking the loss is Fernando Rodriguez, who does not make it out of the 4th inning for the Quakes. Fernando Rodriguez falls to 6-4 with the loss. He goes 3 2/3 innings, gives up 6 runs on 8 hits. Rodriguez tied a season high with 4 walks, and he also struck out 2 and hit 1 batter. Coming on in the 9th and working a perfect inning was Gabe De Hoyos, as he struck out a pair and set the Quakes down in order for De Hoyos, his team-high 13th save of the year. So again, High Desert with the victory. Mavericks now 4-2 in the second half, 43-33 overall. 9 runs, 14 hits, 1 error, and 10 left. Quakes dropped to 1-5 in the second half, 33-43 overall. 8 runs, 12 hits, 2 errors, and 9 left. On the personal side of things, Jared Plummer gets the win. He is now 9-2 in relief. Fernando Rodriguez takes the loss. He drops to 6-4, and the save to Gabe De Hoyos, his 13th of the season. Fans, we'll go ahead and say so long for right now, but don't go anywhere, because the Yellow Book USA postgame show is coming up next. We'll take a look at how these runs were scored in a wild ball game, a slow-moving ball game for the first half, and then it sped up a little bit. And the final time of the game was 3 hours and 18 minutes in front of a crowd of 3,600 and change. We'll take a look at how the runs were scored and what the Quakes did individually, and by all means, we'll also get you all caught up on the scores from around the California League. So long from now, Yellow Book USA postgame show is coming up next. You're listening to the Quakes Radio Network.
Rancho Cucamonga Quakes Baseball has been brought to you in part by the Ontario Airport Marriott, Vineyard Bank, Charter Media, Galliano Winery, the City of Laughlin Convention and Visitors Bureau, Sprint, Chipotle, Red Roof Inn, the City of Rancho Cucamonga, Allstate Insurance, Farmer John, Xbox, Yellow Book USA, and NationwideSurveys.com. KWRM 1370 is the radio home for Quakes baseball all season long. This has been Rancho Cucamonga Quakes baseball. The Yellow Book USA postgame show is next. The 2006 Rancho Cucamonga Quakes aren't always playing baseball at the Epicenter. During their downtime, you can catch them playing the official gaming console of the 2006 Quakes, Xbox 360. Xbox 360 is the most powerful video game and entertainment system out there, delivering the best games, the next generation of premier Xbox Live online gaming services, and unique digital entertainment experiences that revolve around you. Xbox 360, available now at your local retailer. Jump in at www.xbox.com for more information.
Faucets leaking, termites feasting, fishing, tackle, paints and spackle, tubs, jacuzzis, tapes and movies, everything from A to Z. Tile and lumber, tons of plumbers, elevators, carpet makers, radiators, party favors. Take a look and you'll see. Let your fingers do the walking, Yellow Book, not the other book. Florists, grocers, water coolers, bakers, jewelers, everything from A to Z. Duct tape, landscape, sit-down mowers, dentists, false teeth, uppers, lowers, wholesale, retail, Bombay, white whale. Take a look and you'll see. Let your fingers do the walking, Yellow Book. Let your fingers do the walking, Yellow Book, not the other book.
To place your ad at people's fingertips, call 1-800-YB-YELLOW. Yellow Book, not the other book.
Welcome to the Yellow Book USA post-game show. Look your information up in Yellow Book, not the other book. This is Quakes Baseball.
Welcome back to Adelanto, Stater Brothers Stadium, and the Yellow Book USA post-game show is on the air as the Mavericks are putting on a post-game fireworks. I'm going to say something right now that the only person that this will make any sense to is my mom, and seeing as how it's 1:30 in the morning out in Wisconsin, or 12:30 in the morning out in Wisconsin, I doubt my mom is still up. But my mom and I had this running joke when it came to fireworks about the fireworks show in Dalton, Wisconsin. In Dalton, Wisconsin is this tiny, tiny, tiny little town. And they put on a 4th of July fireworks show because the town in which my grandmother lived in to this day does not have a stoplight and was too small to have a fireworks show of its own. So Dalton put on the fireworks show. And honestly, we were sitting there, myself, my mom, my grandmother, we were sitting there, we were watching the fireworks show, and it was as they're into the finale now, that It was the kind of fireworks show where one firework would go up and it would explode, and then you'd wait a little bit, and then another firework, one single one, would go up in the air and explode, and you'd wait, then another one would go up. I mean, just one at a time. And that's the only thing I was thinking of as this fireworks show was going on. Just one at a time, one at a time. It's fun. Good to see a fireworks show. Fans, welcome. You're listening to the Yellow Book USA postgame show. Quakes tonight fall to High Desert by a final count of 9-8. And take a look at how these runs were scored. High Desert opened the scoring with a run in the bottom of the second off of Fernando Rodriguez, who did not have his good stuff tonight. Tommy Duenas led off with an infield single. And to be fair to Fernando Rodriguez, High Desert got a ton of infield singles. Fernando Rodriguez gave up 8 hits, and I'd say probably 3 of them never left the infield. Now, it started with Duenas' infield single there in the second. He eventually went to third on a double by Brian McFall, and then another infield single by Mike Gaffney scored Tommy Duenas when Gaffney just barely beat out an infield single over at first base with 2 gone in the bottom of the second. So that's how High Desert took a 1-0 lead. Quakes came right back, however, in the top of the third. With one away, Josh LeBlanc drew a walk, and then Sean Rodriguez followed with a single. That put runners at first and second with one away, and Freddy Sandoval on the very next pitch hit a 3-run homer the opposite way out to right field for Freddy Sandoval. It was his 4th home run of the year, RBIs 24, 25, and 26. All 4 of Sandoval's home runs have come against High Desert now, and 16 of his 26 RBIs have come at the expense of the Mavericks as well, as the Quakes at that point were up 3-1. High Desert, however, played long ball in the bottom of the third, came back to tie it on a 2-run homer by Wilbur Perez, and then the Mavericks took the lead for good in the bottom of the fourth with a 3-run rally that ended up knocking Fernando Rodriguez from the game. Mike Gaffney had an RBI groundout. Irving Falu had an RBI single, and then Wilbur Perez tacked on a sacrifice fly. So that made it 6-3 at the end of the fourth inning. But the Quakes did a really nice job of not folding to a team that they had lost 10 straight games to. They came back, they kept battling, they kept working, and they came back and they got a couple of runs in the top of the fifth, took the momentum back. Ben Johnson, with one away in that fifth inning, delivered a solo home run out to left field, a monstrous solo blast, his 7th of the year. That brought the Quakes to within 6-4. And then after Cliff Remley reached on an infield hit, he would score on an RBI double by Drew Toussaint. That made it 6-5. But High Desert, after making the Quakes strand Toussaint at third base in that inning, came back with 3 runs in the bottom of the fifth to go back up by a score of 9-5. But the Quakes came right back. Top of the sixth, they got a couple of runs. Cody Fuller led off with a single, one of 3 hits on the night for Cody Fuller. He would eventually score on a 2-run single by Cliff Remley as Sean Rodriguez, after walking, and the Quakes eventually loaded the bases with 2 outs. Then Cliff Remley came through with that 2-run single. That brought the Quakes to within 9-7, but with the tying run at first in the form of Cliff Remley, Toussaint struck out swinging. Quakes got a run in the 8th. Ryan Leahy led off with a walk, went to second on a wild pitch, scored on an RBI triple by Cody Fuller. That made it 9-8, and Quakes, this was the turning point right there in the top of the 7th, had Cody Fuller at third base with only 1 out, and wouldn't you know, Greg Atencio came back to strike out both Josh LeBlanc and Sean Rodriguez to end that inning. Quakes left the tying run at third there in the 7th, had another chance in the 8th as Freddy Sandoval led off with a single, went to third with 2 outs, but was left stranded there, and then the Quakes went in order in the top of the 9th, and they fall 9-8 to High Desert. Fans, will go ahead and step aside for 60 seconds, come back, take a look at what the Quakes did individually in this ball game, and we'll also have a look at the California League scoreboard. That's all coming up in 1 minute right here on the Quakes Radio Network.
Hey fans, Rob Sinclair here reminding you that any night is a great night to enjoy Quakes baseball. Our Monday Madness promotion gets you 2 tickets, 2 hot dogs, 2 sodas, and 2 popcorns for just $12. Come out for Weenie Wednesdays and enjoy delicious Farmer John hot dogs for just $1. And every Thursday, quench your thirst with $1 beers and sodas on Dave & Buster's Thirsty Thursday. To order Quakes tickets in person, stop by the Epicenter from 10 to 5 Monday through Friday and 10 to 2 on Saturday. You can also order by phone by calling 909-481-5252 or buy tickets online at rcquakes.com.
Fans, welcome back to the Yellow Book USA postgame show. Quakes fall 9-8 tonight to the High Desert Mavericks. Taking a look at what the Quakes did individually in this ball game. Josh LeBlanc goes 0 for 4, but does draw a walk and scores a run. Sean Rodriguez got aboard twice. He finishes 1 for 4 with a single, a walk, and 2 runs scored. And Freddy Sandoval has 2 hits, including a 3-run homer, his 4th of the year. Again, all 4 home runs this season for Freddy Sandoval have come against High Desert pitching, as have 16 of his 26 RBIs on the season. Ben Johnson had a big game in the cleanup spot for the Quakes, a double, a solo home run, and a walk. That home run coming in the 5th inning for Ben Johnson, his 7th of the year. Cliff Remley had a nice night in the number 5 spot, getting on base 3 times, a couple of hits, 2 RBIs, a walk, and a run scored. Drew Toussaint had an RBI double. That was the highlight of his night as he goes 1 for 5. Ryan Leahy got the start after missing close to a week with a bruised hand. Actually missing exactly 1 week with a banged-up hand that he suffered last Saturday against High Desert. Leahy finishes 0 for 3 tonight, did draw a couple of walks and scored a run. Tim Duff started behind the plate for the Quakes. He went 1 for 4 before Nate Sutton pinch hit for him in the 9th. Sutton went 0 for 1 in his pinch hit appearance, lining out to the shortstop Irving Falu. And Cody Fuller had a nice night there in the number 9 spot. Fuller racks up 3 hits in 4 tries. He struck out in his first at-bat, then bunted his way on in the 4th, singled and scored in the 6th, and collected his first triple of the year in the 7th, and also got his 16th RBI of the year. All told, Cody Fuller goes 3 for 4 with a RBI and a run scored. Pat Riley pinch hit for Fuller in the 9th and struck out swinging to end the game. Pitching-wise, Francisco Rodriguez takes the loss and falls to 6 and 4, 3 2/3 innings. Fernando Rodriguez takes the loss. Fernie goes 3 2/3, gives up 6 runs on 8 hits with 4 walks and 2 strikeouts. Rafael Cruz Chavez was roughed up for 3 earned runs and 5 hits in his 1 inning of work. Aaron Pullen turned in 2 1/3 innings of very effective baseball. No runs, only 1 hit, no walks, and 2 strikeouts for Aaron Pullen. And Kevin Lynch needed just 7 pitches in the bottom of the 8th to work a 1-2-3 inning. Fans, we'll go ahead, one last 60-second break, then we'll come back, take a look at the scores from around the California League, and we also have some good news from Phoenix as the Los Angeles Angels of Anaheim are in the 13th inning with the Arizona Diamondbacks. We'll tell you all about what's happening with the parent club as well. That's coming up in 1 minute. We'll be back on the Yellow Book USA postgame show.
Faucets leaking, termites feasting, fishing, tackle, paints and spackle, tubs, jacuzzis, tapes and movies, everything from A to Z. Tile and lumber, tons of plumbers, elevators, coffee makers, radiators, party favors. Take a look and you'll see. Let your fingers walk into the Yellow Book, not the other book. Festive gates, inline skates, artists, posers, florists, grocers, water coolers, bakers, jewelers, everything from A to Z. Duct tape, landscape, sit-down mowers, dentists, false teeth, uppers, lowers, wholesale, retail, Bombay, white whale. Take a look and you'll see. Let your fingers walk into the Yellow Book. Let your fingers walk into the Yellow Book, not the other book.
To place your ad at people's fingertips, call 1-800-YB-YELLOW. Yellow Book, not the other book.
Fans, welcome back. Yellow Book USA postgame show is on the air, where tonight the Quakes fall by a final count of 9-8 to the High Desert Mavericks. Let's take a look at the scores from around the California League. Start up in San Jose, where the San Jose Giants shut out Lancaster on just 4 hits. Got a handle on that very potent Jethawks offense. San Jose with a run in the 2nd. That was all they needed. They tacked on 2 runs late, and they shut out Lancaster 5-0. Gregorio Martinez evens his record at 4-4 for the Giants, while Matt Green takes the loss for Lancaster and falls to 3-6. Visalia holds off a late rally from the Stockton Ports as they defeat Stockton up at Banner Island Ballpark in Stockton. Chris Mason turns in another solid outing as he improves to 8-3. Got some offensive support from Sean Cumberland and Reed Brignac, who both homered. Cumberland's 15th of the year. Reed Brignac hit his 14th home run of the year for the Oaks. Stockton falls despite 2 home runs from Myron Leslie. Bakersfield, a run better than Lake Elsinore, as those two teams kept going back and forth, but Bakersfield comes out on top 6-5 down at the Diamond in Lake Elsinore. Michael Schlacht gets his second win of the year. He's now 2-7. And Josh Gear, the guy who just made his California League debut against the Quakes in his previous start, takes his second loss as he falls to 0-2 with a loss. Bakersfield 6, Lake Elsinore 5. And Bakersfield got a home run from Ben Harrison, his 15th of the year in that one of 3 home runs for the Blaze in that ball game. The other final, Inland Empire gets a run in the 4th, and that proved to be enough as they shut out Modesto 1-0. Modesto held to 4 hits as Clay Fillinger gets his first win of the year for Inland Empire, and Jose De La Cruz nailed it down for his 8th save. Inland Empire 1 and Modesto 0. One score from around the major leagues. This ball game still going on. It's the only ball game still going on, and it has just gone final as Francisco Rodriguez, former Quake, shuts down Arizona in the bottom of the 13th at the parent club. The Los Angeles Angels of Anaheim defeat Arizona 6-4 in 13 innings. The decisive runs coming on a 2-run Rob Quinlan homer in the top of the 13th as the Angels defeat Arizona 6-4 tonight in Phoenix. Well, fans, usually at this point we take a look at what's coming up tomorrow. I'll tell you what's coming up tomorrow. Me on a plane to Cabo. That's what's happening tomorrow. Followed by me sitting on the beach with a margarita. Followed by me going to bed, waking up the next day, and going fishing. Followed by me getting another margarita and sitting on the beach. All-Star break, folks. That's what I'm trying to say. That's the roundabout way of saying All-Star break. 4 days of surf, sun, and play for yours truly and the rest of the Quake. I'm going to Cabo San Lucas. Not sure what you guys are going to do for entertainment, but you know what? We're all adults. I have all the confidence in the world that you fans can entertain yourselves for the next 4 days. But we will be back next Thursday, or I should say this coming Thursday. The Quakes will open up a 5-game series with the Inland Empire 66ers. We'll have 2 fireworks shows over the course of that 5-game series, one on Saturday, the other on Monday as part of Independence Day, and then, of course, the Quakes will go on the road on July 4th, but there will still be a fireworks show and a big 4th of July extravaganza at the Epicenter on Tuesday, July 4th. So Quakes open up a 5-game series at home on Thursday. Don't know who will pitch for either team, but we just know that the Inland Empire 66ers will be in town to take on the Rancho Cucamonga Quakes. First pitch set for 7:05 on Thursday, and we'll be on the air at 6:50 with the Quakes on Deck show. Well, fans, that's the story from here at Stater Brothers Stadium in Adelanto, where tonight the Quakes fall by a final count of 9-8, and that's now 11 straight losses for the Quakes at the hands of the High Desert Mavericks. And I'll tell you what, the All-Star break coming at a pretty good time for the Quakes because they've lost, 5 in a row here, and they ended the first half with 12 losses in the final 14 games. So the Quakes have lost 17 of their last 20. You know what? All-Star break coming at a good time. Still got plenty of time in the second half, but get away from the diamond, recharge your batteries, don't think about baseball, just get away from it all and come back refreshed on Thursday and hopefully take it to Inland Empire. The Quakes could really use this break. Fans, that's it for everyone who's been a part of this one, especially tonight's producers and directors, John Souter and Joshua Souter. My name is Rob Sinclair, wishing all of you a very pleasant good evening and reminding you that Quakes Baseball is a presentation of the Rancho Cucamonga Quakes and the Quakes Radio Network. Again, the final score, Quakes fall to High Desert tonight, Mavericks 9 and the Quakes 8. So long, everybody. You've been listening to Quakes, California League Baseball.
You've been listening to the Yellow Book USA postgame show. Look your information up in Yellow Book, not the other book. KWRM 1370 is the radio home for Quakes baseball all season long. This has been Quakes Baseball.